No, not
you
what you
said that the
saying. Read
reason
the
that they
screen.
put the word uh what's the word Gullah Geechee is because of Angola, but this place is in West Florida.
Vino,
So
read the
how would
screen.
West
Vino,
Florida
read the
be
screen because you
connected
asked me a question. You
with
tried you
South
tried to be
Carolina?
slick and I caught what you did. So this is for you and old boy. Do I gotta
I
read
know
it?
because I'm questioning it because it's on the west
Question.
side of Florida, but yeah, I'm questioning it because
Mm,
it's on the west side of Florida.
mm.
How's that connected with South Carolina?
Angola, Florida was a prosperous agricultural community of Maroons, escaped slaves, who had close
Okay,
relations with what? With what, y'all?
with indigenous red sticks, but
No.
the
Mm.
maroon, yes,
No, read it word
indigenous
for
red
word.
sticks,
Okay.
indigenous red sticks tribes that existed in Tampa Bay and areas following the War of the 1812. So that's late in the
And was
game.
what? Come on, get it
Following
all out.
and the Patriot War, the Creek War, the First Seminole War. See, that's what I'm saying. This is late in the game,
Okay.
though.
Okay. Now, the Seminole Wars, is that not the Gullah Wars? And when you put
Oh, that's not the
if
no,
I was to have
no.
Psycho or Dev, whoever's sharing the screen, click on Maroons, right? That's gonna take us to African descent people who get away from slavery. Now the difference is, and the nuances to that is, a Maroon is someone who establishes their freedom. They not just runaways. Hence calling it a
Well,
Gullah War. The reason why that Seminole
Maroons
War
are
and
black.
Andrew Jackson is pushing so hard is because people above Florida are losing their property. They're losing money. It's an economic battle. Like how many times do we
No, it
have to
wasn't about them
debunk
You
all
acting like
these
losing money.
you
claims
It
acting
and
was
like
these
about
white folks.
them.
arguments?
No, it
You
wasn't
acting
about
like white
them
folks
losing
didn't
money.
steal your
What
Nigga, if you
it wasn't.
losing your
It wasn't
property,
about
you
them.
losing your slave, you're losing
Ah,
money.
them they wasn't their property. These are people that's already in Florida. They just coming
Read
down
it
to Florida
again,
to slave
Gino.
raid.
Read it again.
They're coming down to
Read the
Florida
first
to
sentence
slave raid,
again.
and they've been doing it for more than a
Read
hundred
the
years at
first
this time.
sentence. Read the
The
first
government, that's why
sentence
we
again.
saying
Read the
reparations,
very
because
first sentence again.
the government uh let
Read the first
slave
sentence
hunters
again. This is about
pay the
escaped
government
was
to
a
be able
slaves.
to
was a
hunt
prosperous
slaves in Florida.
agricultural community of Maroons.
No, it was only because they say that they shut down the ports on bringing Africans in. So the main thing was hunting the black people that was in America. So then that's when they came down the Florida, which but they been coming down the Florida getting a lot of black people since day one. Matter of fact, since they started Charleston, they been doing slave raids in Florida, coming down to get black people. And once they got that established, as far as Florida, it turned into a slave state, and they did the same thing. And the government is implemented. That's why we pushing reparations because the government is involved on slave raids
The Fugitive
in
Slave
America.
Act, Vino. Y'all can't go before anybody saying we doing reparations and just make up y'all's own story as you go using quarter, not even half, using quarter truths. You
I'm
think I
going
be
back before
you
1812.
think
I'm
I
going.
insult y'all, nigga. You try this shit with white people in any real arena, nigga, you gonna get clowned out. And if you sit back and you try to challenge it, they gonna have the police escort you out.
Well, nah, they gonna have to show me the official paperwork then, because from what I'm looking at,
That's
black people was well established and living like Americans before, while in the 17, definitely in the 1700s, and
mhm.
before they say the so-called first black settlement in America, which they try to say what Fort
Fort
Mose.
Mose and St. Augustine is right there on the screen, Vino.
Yeah, but it's not doing that time frame when they say the 1730s. No, it's not doing it's before that.
No, it's not.
He said before. That's crazy.
No, it's
It's
not.
before that.
The
It's
only
called.
argument y'all gonna have for that is San Guadalupe. That's the
It's
only
not
thing y'all
called
gonna
that.
have,
They
and that's
changed the
when,
name. They changed.
that's when the slaves
They,
got left behind.
no, the
Yes,
black
nigga.
people was found
Yes,
over here.
yes.
Whenever they found St. Augustine,
San
black people
Guadalupe in
was
the
found over here.
1500s is when we get brought over here, right out there in Roanoke Island area. We get left behind as the Spanish leave, the natives run them off, and a fucking storm happens. They leave us behind.
You believe that story?
That is the
Believe.
story.
Come on, man, that's crazy. So all the black people that so called found in America is because they was left behind and they so called got adopted by Indians. But these are the Indians that's supposed to be so called cannibals. They supposed to be the so called slave hunters. They supposed to be the people that don't like black people either. But then we get stories, oh, they took in all the black people. Which one is it?
You the only one confused about that, boy. You the
No,
only
because
one
I'm
that's
telling you,
confused. Because a
no,
couple of
ain't no
months ago, it was
confusion.
the Native Americans was the first liberators.
They were. They wasn't so you telling me that the
They
Indians
wasn't.
wasn't running in on the plantations
They
at first?
wasn't. Not for us, not to liberate us. Not one
Okay.
single
Who
time did
was
that
running in up
happen.
on the plantations first and taking people?
No, nigga. No, that has never
Who
ever happened.
who was running in on plantations and taking people?
My goodness. One, that's not
The Native
happening.
Watching a lot
Americans
of
was
You're
movies, man.
not
on
going.
there.
You
That's
That's
white
it.
people ain't
crazy.
going and stealing other people's property like that and getting away with it. Let's start there. If that ever did happen, you better believe it was African descent people. Think Harriet Tubman. I'm gonna come down
Then was
here and I'm gonna get a couple of
Harriet
niggas and
Tubman.
we gonna get up to the north. But Native Americans was not doing that
Why
for
would we
us.
be talking about niggas going to the north when Florida was majority black people?
You just asked the question of who was running up in a plantation and liberating black people. Outside of when
Black
the union
Indians? Black Indians?
outside of during the Civil War when the union comes in and they shut shit down, especially with the confiscation acts coming into play, that's not happening. Not from the natives, not from white people. The only people doing that is people of African descent. Why is that hard to accept and why can't you gain pride from that?
I'm gaining pride from the black people doing what they doing over here, but I'm
Man, get
acknowledging
your brain
of
your
where
weak
these
ass
black people is talking about what they fighting for. Now you talking about the Gullah War, you saying okay, the Seminole Wars, Gullah Wars, they was fighting for the land. They was fighting for the land there. They was talking about this is our land here. This is what the black people was saying. This is my land here. That's documented. This is what we
Nigga,
fighting
cause
for.
they free, they maroons. They freed themselves.
No, why they
They
not
come
saying
into
take me back
Spanish
to
Florida. They
Africa?
come into
No,
Spanish
black
Florida.
folks own land. Black folks own land in this
They
country before we
adhere to
even
the
get free.
goddamn decrees of the
No,
King of
you don't know
Spain
what you're talking about. You
that
don't know
if
what
they
you're
can
talking
make
about.
it to Florida and they convert to being Catholic, that they will be free. Hence why Angola, Florida establishes itself. Similar
You don't know what you're
situation
talking
with
about.
Fort.
It was free
Similar
black folks too
situation with Fort
before
Mose.
1865.
Similar situation with Saint Augustine. Even with Abraham's little village, Hamlet, if you want to call it that. The only exception where you don't see them converting to Catholicism in Florida is when they convert. Not even convert; they just fly the Union Jack, and that's at Fort Negro. They don't have to become British; they just fly the Union Jack.
How's everybody doing? Hey,
Miss
that was
Vaughn, what's
Hey,
up?
how, Hey,
Long
Psychoface.
time no hear.
Wale, how you doing,
Peace,
Miss
Bob
my
Cherry. How are
brother?
you?
All
Um,
right.
I'm good. How's everybody doing? I heard somebody mention, and I'm confused. I think they said that some people was going on to slave masters' property and stealing slaves. Did
Yeah,
I hear that right or wrong?
they was going to plantations and couldn't fire the plantations and taking the people from the plantations.
Oh no, that's not true. That's not true.
He said taking people. That's crazy, bro.
you,
They
you,
were
you,
taking
you
free
would
people.
get
They
hung.
were
You
taking
would get
free
hung.
people.
You would get hung stealing somebody's property. So I think what you might
We've
mean.
been warring with these people since day one. Black
No,
people been
no,
warring with white people since day one over here.
you must be young and they don't teach history no more correctly. So so what you may mean though, because if you heard that they would steal black people, is freed black people. They would steal them. They would hit them in the head and bring them back down south and turn them into slaves when they were freed.
Thank you. That's
Even
what they did to my grandfather, my fifth great grandfather. Thank you, ma'am.
right, which comes to the movie. There's a movie about it, right? 12 Years a Slave. He was a freed black man, and they ended up kidnapping him, bringing him down south, and turning him into a slave. But they wasn't going on
And I'm
slave.
saying during that time, it was people already living off the land, in the land, uh, living like Indians and warring with the government. While other blacks was going to school, had businesses and doing all their thing up in the north, black
Yeah,
people in the south was going to war.
yeah.
And
Now you
also,
know,
the Native Americans were also up north learning how to be a Native American, while the U.S. colored troops were creating their reservations and their first national park.
and they was enslaved too. So Native Americans was also enslaved with us. They wasn't letting them. They either killed them off or they enslaved them.
That's why I said they was running in up on the plantations and taking their peoples back.
No, the
You
natives
No,
wasn't
That's
even in
the
the
slave
South like
liberation right
that.
there.
Mhm.
horrible.
The
That's
natives were
slave
learning how.
liberation right there,
Misrepresentation
right?
of history is horrible.
Mm.
You guys are
Is that slave
sad.
liberation? Where they
That's
going
not
to the
gonna make
white
them
man
feel
and freeing
bad,
the black
Fabio.
people?
They don't feel bad by you
When they
saying
go
that.
to the white man and free the black people, is that slave liberation?
they wasn't doing that. They wasn't doing that.
Oh my God,
It
this is
depends on
ridiculous.
y'all. They don't teach y'all right. You got to be like in your 30s or earlier, younger.
Did, didn't know
Okay.
one person teach him that in no classroom setting like that.
Uh, but what's happening is
He
they
heard
learning
it somewhere though. I
online.
ain't saying that. Yeah, I ain't saying that
Yeah.
he ain't heard it nowhere, but
Oh, okay. Yeah. Online.
it ain't like he went nowhere, paid money, had a homework assignment, and and you know what I'm saying? That's what he got. Like that.
Yeah, but they are doing that. They are teaching kids now that
Mhm.
slavery really didn't
Oh,
exist, and that
oh yeah,
you was
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
you were
yeah,
just a
yeah, yeah. I'm still
worker.
going on. I'm going on book like a real hardcover book type. Yeah, we I think COVID kind of smoothed that over. Like didn't nobody push back on it too tough because there was already some other stuff going on.
No, no, they put that in the book. I mean, that's
Like a
you.
hard copy?
Yeah, they in Florida, they have decided that
Oh
slavery
yeah, yeah, yeah,
wasn't
yeah, yeah, yeah.
slavery. That
Yeah.
these people was just
Yeah.
workers. Because I just heard Officer Tatum say the same thing this young man said, and he
Yeah,
also
yeah,
said,
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So they
That's what most
saying,
motherfuckers on here be hearing that shit from. But
yeah,
yeah.
that man is ridiculous and rewriting history, and it's all bad for us because if we don't know the real history, well, they're gonna tell us, well, there was different types of slaves. And the word he said there was slaves who worked, and that's exactly what slaves did. Like, what do they think slaves do? So he was like, there
So
was
the
some
hold
slaves who
on,
worked, and there
hold
was
on,
some
hold on,
slaves.
hold on, hold on. So did slaves
Damn.
get paid at the end of the week,
That's
or
just
was they
crazy,
slaves
boy.
until they died?
It-
And you got
Some of
people from
Did
other
slaves
countries
get
looking
paid
at
at
black
the
folks in
end of the
America
week,
talking about,
or
yeah,
did
this what
they
they're
work
talking about.
until they died for that particular master?
they worked until they died, unless they was able to get out of it, like some deal was made or something like that. So, but men for the
So they
most
was
part,
getting paid,
y'all
right?
died. What?
So a lot of them was getting paid every week, right?
No, that's not true.
Huh?
What are you talking about?
So how
Watching
was
some
they
movies.
how was they able
Here's
to
how
buy their
that works,
freedom?
Vino. Here's
Okay.
how that works.
This dude
That's not
Psycho
how
just said
Psycho
they
Psycho
was getting
owns
paid
Yeah.
at
Psycho
the end
owns
of the
me.
week. Who
Hold
taught
on,
you
Cherry.
that?
Mhm.
Hold on, Cherry. Hold on. Here's how that works. Psycho owns me, right? I'm a cooper. I put the metal on barrels. I'm forming barrels. Ultimately, I'm a blacksmith. My skills can garner Psycho more money. I get hired out to somebody else. In order for me to get any kind of compensation for my labor, I have to get everything done for Psycho first. Then I get hired out. And if I'm crafty enough to make my own negotiations to where I can make a quarter out of this, then that's how a slave got paid for his work.
Okay, listen. What you just said only happened once in a blue moon, right? That's
Yes,
if you
but
had a
I'm
good
saying I'm saying that
master.
to I'm saying that to Vino. I'm saying that to Vino so he gets an understanding.
Well, yeah, but you saying something that was so minute, it happened so um small in amount that we shouldn't really be saying it. But because the master had to be a good master, and he may say, well, because yeah, he could work out if he, like you just said, your example was great, but your master had to be good because see, you was his property, and if he told you to go do it, you was gonna do it, and if he wanted to keep all the money, he could, but if he wanted to say, okay, here go something for your, for what you're
Whatever.
doing,
Yeah.
yeah, he could do
So
that,
they
but he
really wasn't slaves like that. It just depends on the master.
no.
So
What?
technically, they really wasn't slaves like that. It just
That
depends
ain't
on the
what you just
treatment
That
of the
don't
said
make
master.
though.
no sense. What you
Yeah.
saying? A
Yeah.
slave is somebody who have they can't make no choices. If they tell you to wake up and be here at this time, you be there. And if you wasn't there, they beat you or they can kill you. You can have children and they can take them from you and sell them to somebody else. You had no control of nothing in your life.
Well, there's more nuances to it. If we staying in this hemisphere, it depends on who's in power.
The
We
Spanish,
wasn't we
What?
French.
was we
Yeah.
was in bondage to Spanish. They have different rules in black codes.
What?
French have different than British. English was the last to join this economic system.
Oh, okay. So you want to see? I'm from Louisiana. So I am from the place where the rules was different. But in all of the colonies, that would have been the
Once
only
again,
area.
that's
That
why
would have
I
been the
said it
only.
depends on who's in power. If you're in British colonies, it's going to be different than how it operates in Spanish colonies. Florida was a Spanish colony. Originally, Louisiana was a French colony. They going to have different systems than Anglo-Saxon colonies.
What does that have to do with the slaves that we're talking about right now?
Every last one of them had slaves. How does it not
Right.
have
So
anything to do
and there
with it?
you go. So if why you now mentioning it's gonna be different? All of them had slaves.
We're talking about what little bit of rights that a slave may have had. It's going to be different depending on time frame and who's in power. We have to know these things if we're going to have the conversation.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with
Slaves had no
this.
rights. They were property.
Depends on who and where when you talking at this hemisphere.
Slaves had no rights. They were property. Now, if you talk about their opportunity to no longer be
Okay, you got it.
slaves,
You got it. You got it.
I know I got it. Like we see, it's like we want to make these people have some power that they did not have. They were literally property. Epstein in the book explaining how much these people paid for these people, how old they were, uh, and what type of work they did and didn't do, and how much they'll sell them for. And we making it seem like they have rights.
And I'm telling you that it being black villages all through Southeast America before it was uh before it was, taken over through war.
What war and what do you mean black villages? What time frame are you speaking on?
Black villages. I'm talking about the 1600s, the 1700s, the 1800s.
Okay, so 1600s, there was black villages.
Yeah, that's in general terms. Huh?
So
Yeah,
the
definitely.
slaves, so oh my goodness. Black wow. I'm trying looks oh God. So a black man was able to so there was a village of black people and they was
One
able to
village now. One.
yeah, I know. And they was able to
I said,
just walk
I
free
said
and there was
villages.
okay, even villages. Like because
Okay.
Villages of black people
more
would be
that's more outlandish in what you're saying. That they allow so you don't understand that at one point in this country, black, brown, anything other than European, because like we know, right? Even the French, they're darker skinned. We know that the French and the Spanish and all these people was at war with each other. But
These villages that he's talking about throughout the southeast. You start from Dismal Swamp, you go into Florida. Every last one of these that he's referring to would be maroon camps. This is why I told him there's a huge difference in between maroons and runaways.
right.
Maroons establish a little bit of freedom. It's permanent. They not leaving the camp. Now there's rules and regulations to that. I gave a term earlier, pacification. In that, you set up
Uh,
in Dismal Swamp, what little bit of us that got there and
mm,
established that sense of freedom,
uh,
nobody else is coming in.
oh, they
Any of these slaves
wait.
come in and we find that, we shutting this whole shit down.
Well, wait a minute, because y'all making it sound like they set up a place. Yes, they did in hiding. So if the
They
white
did
man
not have
found
to
it,
hide.
oh, most definitely they did. In fact,
They
they
did not have to
oh,
hide. When you
there
talk
are
about Maroons, listen again, Cherry. When you talk about Maroons in the United States, I'm not talking about Jamaican Maroons. I'm not talking about the Maroons in Panama or Colombia. The similarity is a Maroon establishes freedom. They do not have to leave that camp. It's established that we gonna back off. Y'all got y'all's little area. You don't have to hide no more. The Dismal Swamp Maroons, for example, got paid by helping clear out the swamp. These was ultimately what
what what
you would think that they are runaway slaves, the way
no
we
this
would tell the story. But
okay.
these people established a sense of freedom. They don't have to hide. They came out and they helped clear the lumber and was getting paid for it. Some
Yes.
of them did other things, and
Okay,
they
so
would go
who
back to their maroon camp.
what year are we talking about now? Maybe I'm getting confused because y'all all over the place. It seems like we talking about the 1600s, then we go into the 1700s to 1800s. So where yes. So what year are you thinking that black people hid in the or they was allowed to just freely develop their own camp? What year are we talking about? Because that matters, right? But yeah, you're not lying, except for we can show where the United States government went into Florida when they found black people hiding. They did set up their camp. They set up everything, right on the waterway, which that's why they couldn't find these people. They didn't even know these people existed until they did find them. And then they went and just bombed them. So
From
they had that freedom.
1790 through 1830, you're gonna find those maroon camps. You got St. Augustine, you got Fort Mose, you got Fort Negro. It's well documented that these places exist. You can pull up Dismal Swamp. That existed. These are maroon camps.
No, I agree with you. I'm saying
This
they existed, but
conversation
they
is for Vino yet again.
okay. No, you're right. I'm not saying they didn't exist. That's not what I'm saying, babe. What I'm saying is it depends on the time frame. And I am saying that they wasn't allowed to they was in the swamp hidden. And they were so well hidden because they knew exactly what they was doing that they developed their own villages or camps or whatever we want to call them. Right. So you're right about that. But they wasn't just like free to be there. when they was there, they was building. And when
If
those
it's
people, when they found
maroons,
them,
they are freely there. This is the
okay.
difference between a maroon and a runaway.
Okay. Mhm. Okay.
So are you saying that's the difference between a maroon and a Seminole? You saying that the difference is the runaway and the maroon stayed and they made sure that they had their own stuff, correct? Just trying to make sure.
I don't know why you brought Seminole into it. Seminole is a bastardized version of a maroon. There's no
That's
R.
crazy.
There's no R in the Creek language. So what would be a R becomes the L that you see in Seminole.
Yeah, but
But
you know what we
originally it's
mean. You
Cimarron.
know what we mean. But that's good. I
Now,
appreciate it.
now there's a huge difference when we having these conversations and there's nuances to it. That's why I keep saying there's a difference in between runaways and what we are now classifying as maroons. Maroons don't have to hide. Runaways do. And not all runaways ran and stayed hidden for long durations of time. In fact, most runaways, outside of those who escaped, an average runaway might do something like this.
Mhm.
I'm a male. I'm in bondage on Master Jones' plantation. You sell my wife to Master Keith. I run
Mhm.
away for a couple of days to go check in on my wife, but I'm gonna come back. That's technically a runaway. There's
What? Oh,
nuances to our stories that we have to learn.
yeah. Okay. So this is what a maroon is, because I mean, like sometimes y'all just say something, y'all don't look it up. Okay. This is the summary. Let me just read the summary. Maroon communities was threatened by plantation societies. They hid in remote environments, deep in the bush and caves. Throughout the colonial authorities tried to eradicate them. There are actual documentation that shows, and I gave you an example of an actual maroon camp that they found, and they just actually found it in the last couple of years, and they excavating it, whatever the word is, where they finding all the dead bodies. When the government found those people who they were, they built their camp, they had their protection, and the reason they was able to do this, it was on water where they could fish, and it was in the woods where they could hunt and all those things. When the government finally found those people, though, they deleted them. You making it seem like they established their area and they was freely.
Because they did, Cherry. Why is that hard to accept?
No, I'm not talking.
There's a
Listen,
key fundamental difference in between a maroon and a runaway.
but
That's
that's
the
not true.
argument point.
But
Now,
that's
if we're
not
gonna
true.
now if we're gonna sit back and tell more of the story of yes, not all maroon camps didn't have to face adversity. Yes,
What?
there's plenty of people and plenty of places where you sit back and you see the continuation of racism and every
Whew.
other negative shit they did. I got my son jumping all over the place,
Oh, that's
so
okay, baby.
forgive me.
We got
But
family.
fundamentally, what I'm trying to convey to y'all is there is a difference in between maroons and runaways.
Yeah, but that's not
The
true.
distinction, yes, it is too
It's not
true.
true.
It
Well, how
is
do a
too
people?
true.
Okay,
The
so how do a
distinction
group of
is a
people?
maroon has established a palinque and other various terms that once you go into the story and you understand what I'm talking about, they no longer have to hide. Isolated, maybe. The place you're talking about, I'm willing to bet, is what I already mentioned, Dismal Swamp, especially if you're
Hmm.
staying in the United States. There's plenty of maroon colonies, settlements, whatever you want to call it, that establish their freedom and they become documented as the first free settlements of African people. But they started out as marooned.
Okay, y'all. Oh Lord, like I'm so. Based on what I'm hearing you say, first of all, you're making it seem like these white people were just so gracious to have these black people set up whatever and not and be able to just
That is
live.
not the case. That I'm responsible for what I say, not what you hear.
No, but that's exactly what you
These
said.
are
You said the
initially
white
what
people
you would
allowed
say
them.
are runaways. I've said that multiple times. The difference in between a runaway and a maroon is they carve out a sense of freedom for themselves. They no longer have to hide. Their isolation is for a fucking reason. They don't want to be around white people.
No, they isolated because not because they
They're
want to be around
isolated
white people.
because
They
they
hid.
don't want to be around white people. They
They
want to
hid.
do for themselves.
They hid. That's not
Part
true.
of that pacification, part of the treaty of you getting to set up this establishment, wherever you may have done it at, is this. You
Mhm.
cannot allow any more people in. If we find out any of our property are coming in here, we'll shut this shit down, especially if we find it. Now, if you talk about a runaway camp, that's different than a maroon camp. If you talk about the places
That's
we
not
had
true,
to
John.
hide, that's different than maroonage. It is
Yeah, but
totally different.
no,
I got
no.
Washington in my lineage. That's crazy too. I
Mm.
was.
Yeah, but when he's saying it's incorrect, and first of all, for it to be correct, okay. So explain to me how this group of people who weren't runaways, right? But they would just want did they come over already these maroons and they came and settled? Because I'm only speaking about in the U.S. Right? Because you mentioned something just
I'm
now.
talking about it right now as well, and I've gave you
Okay,
multiple locations.
no, no, no. I'm not talking about. Okay, so
In the
how?
U.S., I keep saying the Dismal
No, you're
Swamp is
not
the
letting
most
me ask.
I
You're
keep
not letting me
saying
ask.
Dismal Swamp is the most popular
I'm
one. I
listen. I'm
even
not
sat back
asking
and
that.
said that those
That's not my
Maroons,
question.
these
That's not
initial
my
runaway
question. That's
slaves
not
that
my
has carved
question.
out
That's
freedom,
not my
came
question.
out and
That's not
did
my
work to
question, though.
clear
You
Dismal
just want to
Swamp.
keep talking, but I have a question that going and when you start answering, if you can, it's gonna make what you're saying incorrect. You're gonna know it. So my question is, how
Doubtful.
if they wasn't runaway people, right? So how did they? Where did they come from in order to settle there?
What do you mean, where do they come from?
Like for
Are you
example,
asking, are they African descent? What are you asking when you say
yeah,
that?
and
They come
how,
from bondage. They come from bondage.
okay, cool. I like that. So they were slaves, right?
Yes, I keep saying
Okay,
that.
cool. So and then how did they get free if there wasn't runaway? What happened?
It depends on each circumstance. Some
Mhm.
initially run away, some fight and
Oh,
establish it.
okay. So there you go.
It
Because
depends on
when
the
you said they
location
wasn't
and the
runaways,
circumstance. Now, the
you
I
clear
think.
distinction that I'm trying to convey for, I don't know, maybe it's the 20th time, is once you hit the status of maroon, you no longer have to hide. You're no longer classified as a runaway.
Hey, Gunner, can I ask you something?
What's up?
Would you consider yourself like a genealogist or a historian or something like that?
Independent researcher. Genealogy, not
Okay.
so much. I don't get into that.
It's see the thing about this is what I've learned.
Especially to the capacity of me studying other people's family.
I get you. I get you. This is what I've learned, and like for people who just like me who've been learning this for the last couple of years doing their genealogy, it's like we got his story and then we got our story, right? Like history
No,
is history
no,
and history
no,
is fact,
no.
right? Like hold on. Let me say this. Let me say what I'm talking about first. Like history is history, right? We know that. We know that it wasn't a lot of black people who owned slaves, we know there wasn't a lot of black people that owned slaves. We all know that, right? But until you do your genealogy and see who you was owned by, you wouldn't know. So if you was owned by a black person, as true as history is, and like basically our anecdotal lives can disprove history. Does that make sense? What I'm saying? It
no,
doesn't. It
No,
doesn't do it for the whole
no,
group,
it
not
No,
doesn't.
for the whole
no,
no,
group.
it don't.
no.
No,
Just
That's
It
anecdotal.
does.
no, it doesn't.
No,
Our
no,
anecdotal
Look,
experiences does not disprove history.
no.
No,
no, I'm saying no. Hold
no.
on, wait. I'm not saying it. Hold on, wait.
He said,
No,
hold
wait.
on,
I'm not
wait.
saying it.
That's
I'm
crazy.
not saying that this proves history. I'm saying that history ain't my history, right? Like for most
No,
of
Wrong,
us, we would know.
no.
Well,
wrong.
No.
Look, for
Wrong. Wrong.
most of us
No,
will not.
you wait. No,
The
no,
more
you
you
wait.
talk, the
The
more
Hold
wrong you
on,
are.
I'm trying to
the
ask the
more wrong
question
you
if y'all
get.
let me get it out.
No, 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 no,
What
You
no.
most
You
did
have
ask
to
a
stop.
question. You
You
asked
have
two
to
of them.
stop.
They
what
were
most
both
hold
You
on,
have to
incorrect.
stop.
look, this is the question. Was most black
Bro,
hold
can
on,
you
this
chill
is the
out? Hey,
question.
no,
Hold on,
you hold
look,
on. No, you hold on, please.
no, because you gonna say
So the
something I didn't say, bro.
You said no.
so the
Sabio,
first
what
thing
up,
you have.
God?
What
I'm
up? What up?
asking
What's
a
What
up?
up?
question. I'm asking a question. My
No,
question is,
you can't keep asking. You can't keep
no,
asking
okay, well, look,
questions.
this is it.
You
Okay,
It's
well,
can't
this
not
ask
is. I'm gonna
un,
seven
it's
press
not
you.
questions.
I'm
unlimited
gonna
You
ask
press
cannot
question
you.
hour,
ask
man.
seven
It's
Look,
a
you
questions,
say,
full.
Joker.
It's a
Chill
full
out.
I'm
panel.
gonna press you.
It's not
I'll press
people
you
on the
Chill
anyway.
panel,
out.
man. It's a full panel, man. You just can't talk
What the
forever, man.
hell?
Fuck.
I ain't talking forever. I just said something. I ain't been talking. The older lady been
I
talking.
know. We let you ask two questions, dog.
No,
Right,
I'm saying
bro.
I never said it changed history. I'm saying my history, right? Because basically in
No.
this situation, to have
No.
a come on, look, if a black man owned 81
You
slaves, right?
keep
All
saying shit that make it
I'm trying
to
to
make it seem like we're
no,
gonna change our
I'm
mind and
asking
shit.
you.
That's
He's a,
crazy.
no, it's not about that. The man a historian. I'm just asking the man, how could a black man in Natchez, Mississippi, in 1830 own 81 slaves? That's what I'm
Because
trying to.
he had the
Because it's
money.
blowing my mind.
Because he had the land and the financial ability to do so. And it was part of the custom. So he wanted to be part of the custom or part of the land or follow the laws of the land and not be looked at as an outsider because he probably was an aristocrat. He did what the aristocrats did, which was owned slaves, which is an
Let
unfortunate
me
part
clean.
of our existence.
But
Let
it's
me
not
clean it up for him.
unfortunate
Correct,
Let
at
me
correct.
clean
all.
it up for
It's
him,
not.
Savio. Let me clean it up
Uh,
for him, especially since he's asking me. This is how, and you have to understand this. Majority of the time, when you hear about an African person, a person of African descent owning a slave, especially if they not of admixture, because it's two different groups that do this. If it's 100% just raw cut African descent, if he owns slaves, you better believe it was his family and
His
friends that he
family.
had enough
exactly.
Right.
funds
Okay.
to purchase
Thank you.
out. Now,
Thank you. See,
the second group is those of admixture. Now, if you're birthed to a master and he leaves behind the plantation to you, and you inherit the slaves, that's the second form of accumulating slaves.
okay, I was
But
asking
if you're
because
talking about us, you better believe that if you sit back and see, I don't know, Sabio owned three slaves and he was African descent, no admixture. You better believe those three slaves is his wife, two children, his mother, sister, brother. It's family members, his friends that he accumulated enough wealth to purchase. Now,
I was asking,
because of how the law worked, they are his property.
right, right. So,
They are
so
his
I was just
property.
asking at the same,
That don't mean he enslaved them. That don't mean
right,
he
right,
treated them any less than himself. All it means is
right.
now he's responsible for these people. They're his property. He had to
Exactly.
purchase
Correct. And
them.
see, the reason why I asked, and the reason why I'm saying that is because I know that most Black Americans didn't have a black slave owner. That's why I'm saying that because that actually happened. That actually happened. And, John May out of Natchez, Mississippi, and it was weird to me because all of the Washingtons in my family, they actually fought in the as U.S. colored troops in the 50th and the 48th Infantry. Um, I was looking at it and it blew my mind because I'm like, damn, he black. And then I was looking up more of the, American Indian type of stuff, and they was basically saying that he could have been an evil slaver, like the white folks try to say, or he could have been protecting his family, and it could have been more like the Underground Railroad type of thing, more than just a capitalistic evil black man, that's trying to beat on people. Because he allowed all of my people to go. If they wanted to fight in the U.S. the Civil War, they did. Like I said, I got three. I got three of them on my ancestry list. So that's why I was just asking the question, and that's why I said about my history because I know for most people they was enslaved by white people, not black people. You get what I'm saying? That's it.
But
That's
but
all I was saying.
even in your history, even in your history, before that black man owned the slave, he was a slave. So there's still slavery in your history.
Yes, well, the Charles Washington was a free man, and he got stolen and got sent to New Orleans in 1845. So I mean, that's how we got into the slave trade. But it was weird because John May had his whole family like in his at his plantation, and it was just blowing my mind that a black man. I had to look at the paper, the physical paper, and I saw that B, and I'm like, what? In 1840, this motherfucker had 82 slaves. And then that's when I started doing more further research, and I seen how we started in Virginia and how we ended up somehow in Natchez, Mississippi, and how we all came back together after the Civil War. That's why I say genealogy is very important, so you can know your story and not just his story. That's what I meant.
Are any of those people mentioned Native American?
No, some of them are free, some of them are labeled as mulatto, and then after mulatto, like a whole family, like of 8 people, all in the same house. It was a like multi generations. It was like 2 or 3 generations in one under one household. All of them was mulatto in the 1880 census, and then by the 18 what was it the 1900s or whatever like that, they was all listed as Negroes.
Yeah, because we were
Even
free.
though we got an oral history, it's an oral history wrote down that where we are actually connected to some of the natives, not the Americans, like the real deal natives. Like we do have a connection with them as well in my genealogy that comes from Louisiana.
Yeah. So,
Um,
but the times that you're speaking, you do like you mentioned a time after we were free, which is not a
Yes,
bad
ma'am.
thing.
At
That's
first,
how black people live, right? Black people would come together and they lived in the same roof. It would be generation until we build our homes after we
yes,
purchase
ma'am.
a home.
That was like the first census after the Civil War.
Yeah.
Well, the first census is 1790. So yeah, that was the first census after the Civil War. When they got emancipated, all of them at first was immediately mulatto. So I looked it up, and they were speaking about how that mulatto, it could have been a black and white mix, and it also could have been an indigenous person too that they failed to register as an Indian, because it was all about your sheriff, and your the sheriff is the one who did the census, and most of them didn't ask you questions. They just looked at your phenotype and they wrote stuff down and marked it down. And you can look
let me
up.
hold on. Let me ask you a question because there's something that is taken out of context, and you just said something and it don't make sense. Um, how many races was there in during the founding of America? How many races was there during the founding of America?
It was free. It was free whites, free blacks, slaves, and slaves, wasn't it?
It, no, it was only two, black and white.
Black and white. Mhm.
Those were the only two races that America was founded under, black and white. So if you weren't white, you were black or colored.
But I don't think that's
Well, the
true.
So
They have
1880,
people as
the
Irish
18,
and shit like that. They
18 the 1880 census report will tell you if you was mulatto in that
yeah,
regard
when
as well.
what I'm
yeah, they
trying to
won't
get you
mention
to
black.
do is slow down and actually look at the history and the foundation of this country and how the rubric was set up where anybody that did not fall under the white banner will automatically fall under the color or Negro banner. Do you get it?
I'm not denying that. I already said that they put my people as Negroes. I'm just letting you
No,
know that in the
I'm not
1880
talking
census,
about your
they put them
people.
as mulatto.
I'm not specifically
There's one
talking
more
about your
Savio,
people.
Savio,
Oh,
real
okay,
quick.
okay,
There's one
well,
more.
yeah, well, I'm just talking about I'm just talking about myself. So yeah, you right. I guess you're
Sabio,
right.
if
I'm
you're
not
gonna do
talking
it
about
that way,
everybody.
you gotta add in one more group. You just have to, and this is where natives get lumped into, and that's people of color,
Right, people of color, right.
and that becomes, depending on location and who's saying it, becomes a broad umbrella term. Because people of color could imply that you're black but free. You're not white, but you're free, so you're a person of color. It could apply to a mulatto. It could apply to natives at times,
I
which
don't know.
allows a
I see.
paralogism to come in, and we misinterpret history when we look at data and we don't know how to use proper methodology and analyze the data that we're looking at.
I'm not. I'm not.
This is
I
a
remember.
mistake that genealogists make, a paralogical. Because my
I,
last name is Jones, and I found this person in 1820 that's black. Their last name is Jones. That must be my family. That's not
Well,
true.
no, it don't go like that. You got to
No,
have the paperwork to back that up.
I'm laying
You have to
out.
have the paperwork
I'm
to back
laying
it
out
up.
a
Otherwise,
different
it's not
argument. Look how
genealogy.
quick you jumped off the bus. If it don't
Well,
apply to
I'm
you,
just
it don't
saying.
apply to, if it don't apply to you, it don't apply to you. But that is
For
a
sure.
huge
For sure.
mistake that people can make. That because my last name is Jones and I found this person in 1820 that's a Jones, that's my family member. That's a paralogicism. Boy, stop. It's when you find a piece of data that you think supports your claim, but it actually doesn't.
Are you talking about me again?
No, I'm talking about people.
Oh, okay. My bad, bro. My bad.
yeah, I do remember seeing mulatto on the census. That various other names on there. So it wasn't just black and white. I remember seeing people listed as Irish,
Later on,
German.
bomb cherry. I said at the founding of the nation, at the beginning and the founding of the nation. I didn't say in the 1790 census, the 1884 census. I didn't.
Oh,
No, stop. I
Wait,
was
what do you mean?
mentioning at a specific time when they first settled the country, there were
Uh,
two specific groups that you could fall under. And then
yeah,
they
that's not
added
true.
people of color. Oh
Okay,
shit.
but that's not true. They had
Yes, it
listen.
is true.
First of all, they wasn't taking census back then, but we know that they
Oh shit.
mentioned
This shit is
Indians,
insane.
they mentioned Chinese, right? Black
This shit,
mulatto,
there
Tom.
wasn't no
They even
Chinese
started
people in
break.
America in the 1500s. There was no Chinese people in America in the 1500s.
There was
What
no
the fuck are you
census
talking
either.
about?
What you're
the
talking
census
about?
There
started
was
in
no Chinese
1790.
people in America in the 1500s. Please
Are
slow
you
down and
listening to
stay in the
yourself?
conversation.
You do remember we was talking about the census, right?
Oh shit.
It,
No,
And
we
yes, it
okay.
weren't.
was
We
Asians. It was
weren't.
Mongoloids. The Native Americans are Asian, so that's wrong what you just said. The Native Americans are Asian.
Right. So we don't know what he's talking about. Oh,
They're
you
not
don't know what he's
Chinese.
talking about. Okay, Asians. How about that?
The fuck?
So they Mongoloids. They Mongoloids. They're the same phenotype.
Do you see how petty? Do you see how petty y'all making this conversation at this
It
point?
wasn't just black and white. That's all we saying, like you
You see
said.
how
Oh
That's
petty
all.
fuck.
y'all make it? You
Okay.
make it petty too.
I'm
We
finna
all
read the
being petty.
source.
Right?
All right. I'm
Petty
finna read the
Friday.
source. All right. I'm finna read the source to back up to let y'all know that I know what I'm talking about from a
Okay, put it in the
historical
back.
standpoint.
It wouldn't matter
But I'm
what you
not
say. I
putting
got
it.
my
I'm not putting
genealogy.
it
I
in the
know what
back.
I'm
I'm
talking about
reading it
too.
for y'all.
I know what I'm talking about too by paperwork that's backing me.
No, you don't. You think you a native.
Nigga,
You
how you
think you
gonna
all
tell
these
me? I know
people.
exactly what it is. I know exactly what it is. I know what it is or I know what it ain't. It's either one or
You
two.
think
But you can't tell me who the fuck I
you
am.
always been here. You one of them people that think
I
you
could have
always
been.
been
I
here.
could have been. I could have been. I could have always been here, or I could have came from America, or I could have came from Africa 500 years. How the fuck do you know?
And that's a
I know,
fact.
I
I
know,
could
I
have
know
been. I
There
wasn't
could
was
have
no,
some
been
black
either
I know
or.
Africans.
wasn't no Africans here.
I could have
There
been either or,
were
nigga.
Africans here. There were
I
Africans
know,
here.
Yeah, it was
I
Indians
know
here.
weren't no
So how he
Africans
gonna
in
try to tell
America
me that I'm
before
not?
the
You can't tell
1400s.
me I'm African, motherfucker. Just the same way you can't tell me I'm Indian. You don't know.
There it
You wasn't
is.
here.
There it is.
You
I ain't no
don't.
African.
But
There
when my
it is.
lineage is showing me, that I do have deep indigenous American ties, and there ain't nothing that nobody can take from me. I could go to the
Well, I ain't
I
no
could go I could go
African.
right
I ain't
I could
no
go right to the
African. I ain't no
Cherokee
African.
or to the Choctaw Nation and get right on in. But with the information that I got from my genealogy
No, you
records plus my
cannot.
oil
No,
family
you
history, yes, the
cannot.
fuck I
No,
can.
you
You retarded
cannot.
ass
We don't
dude.
have the
How you
blood
gonna
quantum.
you don't have to have the blood quantum, you dumbass fuck. They outlawed that in 2015. You stupid prick.
Oh,
This
did
ain't
they?
fucking 18. This ain't 1875. You dumbass bitch.
Oh, did they? I didn't know they outlawed the blood quantum. Last time I
Yeah,
checked.
I know you didn't know, so you need to shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah, nah, fam. Your computers ain't computing, bro. It ain't connecting. You said I could go in there with my oral history
with
Man,
my
we talked
oral
about
And
history.
your
everything. Like,
with
With
your
my oral
genealogy,
history.
with your genealogy to
Get
back
the
it.
fuck out
Don't
of
act
here.
like I didn't say. Don't act
Get
like
the
I didn't
fuck
say
out of here.
genealogy. The genealogy was the first fucking word I said, bitch. I said a
Get
paper
the fuck
trail,
out of
pussy.
here, dumb asshole.
I said a paper trail, bitch. You can't argue with
You's
no
a
paper
dumb.
trail, you
You's
dumbass
a
bitch.
dummy. You ain't no
So,
Indian
you
nigga.
tell
You
so the
ain't
Dawes
no
rolls
niggas
don't
Indian.
fight
You
paper
ain't
so
no
the
trails,
Dawes
man.
Indian.
rolls don't
You
matter,
ain't
you
no
retarded ass
Indian
bitch.
nigga. You not an
So the Dawes
Indian.
rolls
Paper
don't
Quit
matter.
trying to
trails.
So
be
the
an
Dawes rolls don't
Indian.
matter.
Quit
Okay,
trying
so
to
the
be an
Dawes rolls don't
Indian.
matter, huh? So the Dawes
No,
rolls don't matter, huh?
no, no,
So
no, not
that
for us.
shows how stupid
Not
your
for
dumb
us.
ass
Your
is.
Not
genealogy
not
is
for
That's how
us.
dumb
connecting you
you is.
to who?
That
Not
shows
for
how
Listen to
dumb
us.
this.
you is.
Your
The
genealogy
Dawes
is
rolls,
connecting you
the
to
Dawes
who?
rolls definitely. If you got a number, if your people is on that Dawes rolls list
Hey,
and you
what's
can
his
prove
name?
your genealogy and trace it back, then motherfucker, you can get into the Creek Nation and the
May the Most
Cherokee
High
Nation now.
work.
You
You
don't know
not
what
on
you
the
talking
dog
about.
roll. You not
But
on the
that does
dog
I am.
roll.
not, that
I'm
does
not on the
not,
Dawes
that
rolls, but my
does
ancestors
not,
are.
that
My
does
ancestors
not
on the
make,
Dawes
that
rolls.
does not make you Cherokee, Choctaw, Seminole, Creek, etc.
Man, I got people in my
That
family that just went up there
slow
last year and
down,
did it.
Hey,
Y'all can
what's the name?
slow
listen. Y'all
down. Quit
talking.
trying to
Y'all
talk over
talking out y'all
everybody.
ass. I
Wait a
got
minute.
family that's
You
right here.
talking to
I
some?
got family that's right
I
here
can
in the
pull up.
south
I can
that then
pull
went to
up.
Oklahoma and they got their Creek membership.
I can
And they got
pull.
their
I can
membership
pull
by
up.
tracing their
I
lineage
can
back
pull.
and
I
connecting
can
it with the
pull up
Dawes
mine
Road.
right
And they got
now,
their Dawes Road number.
dude. Be quiet. I
I don't
can
got
pull.
no.
I
I don't
can
have to be
pull up
quiet. You
mine
talking
right now.
bullshit. You talking
I
bullshit.
can
I can
pull
call my
up mine
cousin right
right now.
now.
Do you want me to pull out my
Yo, come
CDI
on,
back
man.
card and
Wait a minute. We
tell
can't
you
Damn,
what the
hear
listen.
fuck you talking about?
Pull
Let
yours
him
out.
talk,
It won't
my
matter. I
cousin.
got a family member who did the same thing. I
You
got a family member
okay?
who did the same
Okay,
thing. They got their genealogy.
Hey
They
man,
Yo,
got
slow
they
Plugs,
down.
and they
niggas
got
brought
their
out
Yo,
stuff.
bro.
Slow down.
What are you talking
niggas
about?
brought
So
out
black people
birth
can't be
something
Native
and we can
American? That's
actually
what you
look
trying to
up.
say?
And you said,
Yes, that's
you want
exactly
me to
what I'm
call
trying
my
to say.
cousin?
If you
Well,
would
you
be
fucking
quiet,
wrong
if
and
you
you
would be
stupid as
quiet
hell. Well,
long
you
enough,
so
Okay,
you stupid.
if you would
okay,
be
You
just let
got
it
it.
be
quiet
You got it.
long
wrong.
enough,
Damn.
what you would understand is this: that does not
Yeah,
make
bro,
you a
tweaking.
tribal member. It would make you a citizen. It makes you a citizen of that nation. You have to stop
You
saying
got it.
tribes. If
You
you
got
one
it. You
of
don't
them,
know what the
you
fuck
if
you
you
talking
was
about.
one of them, you
Hey,
would
y'all.
under. If you
What's
was
the name of
one
the
of them,
list?
you
I'm
would
not one of
understand.
them.
Like,
I'm not
god
one of
damn,
them.
is
My cousin
everybody
is
got to
though.
talk over everybody? If you
Cause you talking a
understood
whole
what,
bunch
if
of
you
bullshit. You don't
understood
know what
what
you
you
talking about.
talking,
You think you
if
fucking
you
smart, but you
understood
not.
Okay,
what
you
you
said that
talking
already,
about,
man. You
you
said you don't
have to
agree with it, man.
understand
He said the
this.
same shit over and over too, nigga.
If you understood what you're
I
talking
have a
about, there's an
question.
I don't have
audience
to
that's
argue with you,
listening. We're
man.
not the only
Damn,
people
I'm just letting you up
listening.
on the panel,
I ain't
man.
gotta,
It's
and I
cool.
don't have to.
That
I
does
Okay.
appreciate
not
that,
Oh,
fool. I ain't,
when you
I
talking
appreciate
about
that.
the
Help.
freedmen,
this
when you
shit's
What's the
talking
crazy.
name of
about
the
the
list?
freedmen, when you talking about the freedmen, and you talking about the dolls roll, admixture would have already prevented you from having to do all this. Especially if the admixture comes from the mother, because now you're an official member of the tribe. What you're referring to and what you're trying to teach on is those who was in bondage, who signed into the Dawes Roll. That gives you access to become part of that nation as a citizen. It does not make you Native American. It simply doesn't. It just gives you dual citizenship. At that point, if you Cherokee freedman, you become a Cherokee citizen.
What's the difference between a citizen and the tribal member? I'm asking because I don't know. Okay, so it's a
The,
legit
the
question.
difference the difference is between this. There is no ethnicity United Statian. You're not a
Oh,
United Statian by ethnicity. You're a citizen of that nation. It's a citizenship.
okay, okay.
Every
Like
last
an
one of us
employee of
are
a company.
citizens of this nation. We are not all of the same ethnicity when you
Yeah,
Right,
talk
right.
on the national level.
Okay.
like
What's
an
the name of that list y'all was saying? What is it called? I'm looking it up. What is it called? Dogs list? What y'all called it?
that wasn't me.
No,
DAWES
ma'am.
roll.
No, ma'am. It's the
D A
Dawes Road. DAWES.
E S. Road. Okay.
Shout out to
Yes, ma'am.
A
The
Dub
Dawes
for the
Road.
shout out to A Dub for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. What's up?
A
I bet he think Walter Plecker has something to do with all the Abos in the world.
No, just Virginia. He reclassified the Negroes to.
Yeah, they
He would
definitely
not
back
accept
Plecker
Indian
out.
descendants.
Oh, you know that? Oh, congratulations. I'm glad you know that. Shit. I'm glad you
Yeah,
didn't use
damn,
that one.
motherfucker. I know about my heritage. I know about my culture, motherfucker. I'm learning about it.
You don't know. You're not an
He
Albo. You and
definitely
Vino the
backed
most.
Plecker out.
You and
I
Vino
don't
are in the
want to be
same
tied to
category.
no dirty
Y'all are
ass,
culture
stinking ass
vultures.
African. Fuck y'all Africans. And fuck you.
Wow.
Damn, you ain't got to do it like that, little baby.
Yes, I do. You see how
Wow.
disrespectful, you
You
see
ain't
how
no
disrespectful that
motherfucking
is to
native,
Americans. Why would
dumbass
I
bitch.
respect anything like that?
You
I
ain't
don't
no
respect that
native.
shit.
You
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 ain't say
you
none of
American.
that
you
shit to
don't
my
know
face.
one native
You
custom,
ain't say
ho.
none of that
You
shit
don't
to
know
my face
one
without
native
losing the truth.
custom.
I don't
How
want
much how much
to hear
of the
that shit.
buffalo did you use, punk?
Blah, blah, blah.
How much of
Blah,
the
blah,
buffalo
blah.
did
I'll
your
slap the shit
people
out of you.
use, you dumb bitch?
Damn, y'all.
I'm a dumb
Um,
bitch.
Yeah,
so
you a
I'm a
dumb
dumb bitch. I
bitch.
bet you can't show me I'm one.
I
I
don't
bet you
think a
can't
lot of
show me I'm
people
one,
know
but I
the
done
Hey,
showed you
you
history.
a
gotta hit
couple
the
Wait a
times.
peace
minute.
pipe,
I
You
brother.
don't
called
think
me
Mm.
one
Brother,
earlier.
you
Now
gotta
you
Uh,
ready to fight? You
I don't even
dumbass
think the
hoe.
young
Crash
tribal
Out
people know
Friday.
the customs. A
Man,
lot of
that
the
dumb
hey,
ass
customs.
will
you
be
tripping.
stupid fucking with me. I'm not gonna
He
take my
come from the
goddamn
he
mouth,
come
bro.
from the dumb Indian tribe.
I come
He
from the
come from
dirty,
the
dirty
crash out
south,
dummy
bitch. I
tribe.
come from the dirty,
Crash
dirty
out
south.
dumbass Indian
What
tribe.
words
You come
have
from the
consequences? You'll get your stupid ass stomped out with hands and feet around this bitch. Nigga, you
Just
on
gonna get
your
a
because he
real
shit.
something.
just because he don't agree with you, you gonna kill him?
No, not because he
Oh, okay.
disagree with me, because he disrespecting my
Oh,
lady. Because he disrespecting my
disrespect.
You
lady.
call you
On
disrespected
my
every
soul.
black person on this panel,
You
even
dare?
your mama
Of
and
course
daddy.
I have. I've
You
been sitting on here
dumbass.
with you niggas
Your
for
mom
an
and
hour taking
daddy,
y'all
That's
your
shit.
mama and
crazy.
daddy
Don't
in the
cry about it
70s
now.
and
Don't
the
cry
60s
about it
and
now.
70s. That
Don't
your
cry
mama
about
and
it now,
daddy in the
nigga.
60s and
Don't
the
cry
70s
about
was
it now,
telling us we
nigga.
black and we
Don't cry
proud.
That
about it
Nobody
nigga
now.
said,
crying,
I
bitch.
Don't cry
got
about it
Nobody
now, fuck
crying,
nigga.
bitch.
Abos.
Don't cry
Nobody
about it now,
crying, you
fuck
scary
nigga.
Respect
bitch.
shit. Tenacity.
I'm scary.
Yeah, you scared to be
Boy, you
African.
funny
You
as hell.
scared to be
I'm
you
my
are
soul
scared to
taking
be
ass nigga.
African.
Boy, shut up.
You
Boy,
are
shut. I don't.
scared
Ain't
to be
nobody scared to be
African.
African.
You
Who
are
wanna
scared
be
to
an
be
African?
African. That's
Who
I
wanna be
do.
an
I'm
African?
proud to I do. I'm
Well,
proud to be an
take
African
your bitch ass
American.
to Africa
And
then. Go eat
everybody
you
else
some
on
bush
this
meat.
panel is too.
Go eat
The
you some
ones that
bush
you
meat,
up here
nigga.
lying about
Go
trying to
eat
be
you
a
some
Native
bush meat,
American
motherfucker.
are also
Go get that
proud to
monkey
be
out that tree
African
and eat it,
Americans
bitch.
too. You
Go
punk
get that
bitch.
monkey out
Hey,
that
are you
tree and eat
saying
it,
that none
bitch.
of us are Native American? Are you saying that no black person is Native American?
No, I didn't
That's what
ever
he's
say that.
saying.
No, I'm
Yes,
asking.
that
I'm
Yeah.
is what he's
asking.
saying. That's what he
What I'm
said. That's why
saying,
I keep. That's why I'm disrespecting him.
let me speak for myself, dummy red.
What
I
up?
don't need you to speak for me.
What?
So Bob Cherry, what I'm saying is that we may
What
be
black?
mixed, we may have some admixture with Native Americans, but we are African Americans and mixed. We are not natives. And there were no Africans in the Americas before the 1400s. Not a
You don't know what the
single
fuck
Yeah,
you
but
talking
one.
about.
but
You
that's not
dumb.
true.
You wrong. You
Yeah, that's
stupid
not
as
true.
hell.
Right? Why
That's
wouldn't
that
we
I
Pan
know
know?
this for
African
a fact.
bullshit.
I
Pan
done done all the
African
research.
bullshit. Y'all kiss the
I done
ass
done
of
the
motherfuckers
research.
who sold you to what them white folks was they friends, nigga. They sold your bitch ass for some rum and some guns, bitch. And they was begging them
Daddy.
white folks to they was begging
What's
them
up,
white folks
Joe?
to send some more. They
I
was
What's up,
wasn't
begging them white
sold.
folks
Joe?
to keep
I
sending them.
wasn't
Them bitches
sold.
was
I
crying
wasn't
for a
sold for
hundred
shit.
years. Them
I
weak
wasn't
ass
sold for
Africans was
shit.
crying for 100 years. Come on, white people, please buy these people. Please, please, please. Poor
Well,
ass, pussy ass Africans, weak ass niggas. It's 1 billion of you bitches, and China run you hoe ass niggas. Russia
God
run you niggas.
damn it.
You begging to the EU. You beg the Democrat Party for every fucking thing y'all weak ass niggas got. When you bitch ass niggas have an earthquake, y'all come to America to get the fucking funding. The
Oh,
fuck
wait,
out
you
of here.
Huh?
Nigga, fuck you Africans. Y'all ain't did
Oh,
shit. You bitch ass niggas
I'm
ain't
an
even create
African
the
American
cannon.
just
You
like you.
stinking ass
I'm
niggas.
an African.
Stinking
I
ass
am an
niggas.
African
Fuck you
American just
Africans.
like
I
you.
ain't no fucking
I'm
African. I'm an
African.
American,
I'm
nigga. I'm an
African
American, nigga.
American
I'm
just like you.
American. I'm a
I'm an
motherfucking
African
American.
American
Mm.
just like
I ain't no
you.
fucking you. I'm not an African American. I'm not an
Mm.
African American. I'm not African, bitch. Ain't shit about
You
this
ain't shit.
African.
I
Ain't shit
got
about
him.
you.
Hey,
You
I
hear this
got
passion in
him.
my
Hey,
voice?
I
Mm.
You hear
got
this
him.
passion?
Hey, I
Y'all
make a
Africans
Yeah,
ain't
you
got
rainbow.
that
sound like you
Hey,
shit.
about to
y'all know
cry.
what
Y'all
I'm
Yeah.
Africans don't
doing.
even
I
run
make them
Africa.
crash out. I make them
A
crash
billion of
out.
you bitches,
Dr.
a
New
billion of
Willie.
you
Hey,
bitches,
Dr.
and
New
y'all ain't
Willie, you
doing
missed it,
shit in
bro.
Africa.
Hey,
Africa
Dr.
is
New
a
Willie,
fucking shithole.
you
Africa a
missed me.
fucking shithole.
You
Africans
missed me.
want to
Look
be
at him.
American,
Look
nigga.
at him. Look
Africans
at
want to
him.
be
Get your
American,
anger
nigga.
out. Get your
Hey,
anger out.
Africans
You
want to be
culture vulture.
American.
Get your
Americans don't
anger
want to
out.
be
You culture
African.
vulture.
Americans
You
don't want to
fucking
be
thief.
African.
You fucking
Americans don't
thief.
want to be
You're a
African.
thief.
I ain't
You're a
stealing shit.
thief. You are a
How I'm a thief?
thief. You are
The
still
Caucasian
Native
is the thief
American
and the
culture
African
and
man stole.
identity.
The
You're
African is the
not a
thief.
native,
The African is
bitch.
the thief.
You are not a
The African is
native.
the thief. Didn't he steal your people? Didn't the African steal your people
No.
and bring them over here? The
The
Africans stole your
Africans?
people. White folks couldn't do it. They would have
Africans?
caught malaria.
Huh?
The white folks would
This
have caught
nigga,
malaria. The black folks
this
did
nigga.
it. The Africans did it. The Africans sold your bitch ass. And you crying under the African titty. Can't wait to go suck an African dick. You pussy ass bitch. Americans, we got more pride than that. We got more pride than that, bitch. We fight against our oppressors to the death.
Hey,
Nigga,
I
and
want
as
to
Mm.
far as
find
I'm
out.
concerned, you Africans
Did
is
you
the same as the whites. You
did
once
it show
sold
how
them.
much you
You
hate
even
them
worse
black?
than a
Did it
white.
show how
You
much
even worse than a
you
white.
hate
And
being
that's why
black,
Marcus
nigga?
Garvey fat
Did
ass
it
had to get
show
his
me
bitch ass
how
out of
much you hate
America.
being black?
That's why Marcus Garvey had to get his fat ass out
God,
of
man,
America.
go ahead,
That
boy.
foreign ass Negro. Fuck y'all foreign ass Negroes. Y'all ain't shit but some weak ass bitches. 1 billion of you pussies. And Russia tell you what to do. The EU tell you what to do. China tell your weak ass what to do. Y'all ain't in
What make
no
you
type of
ashamed
moral
to
passion.
defend
Y'all
black?
weak as hell.
Hey,
Out of them
Gummy.
54
Hey,
nations,
Gummy,
what's
hey, Gummy
unified?
Red.
What's
Hey, Gummy
unified?
Red.
What's
Gummy
unified?
Red.
Ain't no
What makes
motherfucking
you
unity in
ashamed to
Africa.
defend
All you
black?
50,
Look
54
at you.
dirty,
Your white
54 dirty
friends
ass
told you to
countries.
be
What
in the
makes you
They
comments.
ain't
ashamed
got
to
shit.
being black?
Ain't got a pot to piss in the window to throw it out of, nigga.
He sound like Donald Trump, don't he?
Mm.
I want
We
my
got a Trump
$13
supporter
back.
on this
I want
bitch.
my
We got a
$13
Trump
back from when
supporter
I was
on this
feeding them.
bitch.
I want my $13 back from when I was feeding them pussy ass kids when we was kids seeing them flies on their face. I want my
Yeah,
13. I want my
yeah,
38 cents a day
wow.
back, bitch. How about that, bitch? I want my 38 cents a day back. That's what I want. Give me my motherfucking 38 cents a day back. Give me my $13 a month, bitch. We been
Nah, we
feeding
can
them
let them
Africans,
have that, brother. We can let them have
nigga.
that, brother. I mean, they
Nah,
out
I'm
there.
cool on it. I'm done right here, right now. Fuck them
Hey
Africans,
Willie.
nigga. You go suck
Hey
your
Willie.
oppressor dick. Them bitch ass niggas sold you. They ain't want shit to do with your bitch ass. And here you go, 500 years later, crawling back to them. Oh, African
Break it up.
Lord. Get your
Break
weak
it up.
ass on, nigga. This American round here, nigga. We kill oppressors around this bitch.
You don't kill shit.
Woo.
What are you
Kill
talking about?
who?
You
Kill
don't
what?
kill shit with
Kill
Tupac
what?
Who?
ass.
You don't kill no goddamn
A
president. You kiss
what?
that white man ass. Y'all love them FWAs. What are you talking about? The FWAs birthed you motherfuckers. What do you
Bitch,
mean?
we sucking the
What are you talking
African
about?
dick.
Let's talk
Don't
that
give a
real
fuck
shit.
about your bitch
You want to talk
ass.
that real shit?
I
Let's talk
don't
that
give a
real
fuck
shit.
about your
Let's talk.
bitch
Let's talk
ass,
about.
nigga.
Right,
Take your
right,
bitch
right. Let's
ass
talk
out,
about. Let's
pussy.
talk about.
Your
Let's talk
ass
about
out
them
and go
dusty
back,
ass
go you a small
motherfucking
I
village.
don't know if
engines.
we can do
You
the
Let's
fuck
talk
up,
about them
a
man.
dusty
small
ass
village.
fucking engines.
Damn.
Right,
Go
right, right. Let's talk.
you a
Right, right,
small
right.
village, nigga.
Right. I let you get
Go
it all
learn,
out. I
go
let you
learn
get it
some
all
good.
out. I let you get
Go
it
some
all
go in the
out.
car.
How
Go
about
dig
that?
some. Go
Right, right,
some
right. Right. I let you
cobalt, bitch
coon
ass
all
nigga.
the way the fuck out.
Go,
I
go,
let you
go, go on
coon
down there and
all the
dig
way
for
the
that
fuck
cobalt
out.
and give it
Now
to
let
the
me now let
Chinese
me show you
folks.
how
Go
to pitch slap
Nigga said he
anti-black
go
ass
coon.
back to
motherfuckers right here
the
who think they motherfucking cannibalistic ass
dig
fucking
up the
engine.
minerals and
That
give it
white
to the
man gave you
EU. You
coaching,
weak
nigga.
ass
That
nigga.
white man gave you
Dig up that
coaching,
shit
nigga.
and give it to
That white
hey,
man
shut up.
gave you
Hey,
that
you give that
motherfucking
shit to
Bible,
them
didn't
white
he?
folks.
Nah,
Didn't that
you,
cracker
You
give you
make
that
sure you give the
motherfucking
minerals
Bible?
to them
That
white
cracker
folks, you
gave you that
Africans.
Bible before you
nah,
You
you
make
before
sure
you
did.
you
got
give the
that
minerals
fucking Bible.
away.
Your ass was
Damn.
back
Weak
there
ass
eating
nigga.
motherfuckers. Y'all was back
Bitch
there
ass
eating each other.
Africans.
You
We
motherfucking
been had
Arawak
Bitch
and
coffee.
ass
you
nigga.
motherfucking sick
Yeah,
ass motherfuckers back there
And
was
Africans
yamming each
sold
other.
niggas.
Y'all was
Africans
yamming
was
each other.
selling niggas.
Y'all motherfuckers were putting hot
Africans
sauce
sold
on
niggas
each
for
other.
rum.
That's what you
For
motherfuckers doing.
rum.
Y'all was wrapping each
And
other in
guns.
burritos and
Man,
eating each other
please.
until that cracker gave
Disgraceful
you some
race.
morality. You need
Fuck
that cracker to give you
Africa,
morality.
nigga.
You savage ass
But
motherfucker. Let's talk that
y'all
real
thought it
shit
was
up in here.
human anyway.
Let's talk about how you
Y'all
motherfuckers
was
up in
human.
temples
Hey,
worshiping
hey,
the
when did you playing
motherfucking
African
sky
switch?
daddy that
Bitch, when did
motherfucking
you
told
playing
you to
African
eat
call
each
African
other
anyway? I
until
thought it
that
was
cracker
timid.
introduced you to Yahweh, until
I
that
thought it was
cracker
timid.
introduced you to Jesus,
Hey, I
nigga.
thought it was
Let's talk
timid.
that real shit. He
I
introduced
thought
you
it
to
was timid.
motherfucking Caesar Borgia, and you
I thought it
motherfuckers
was
got some
timid.
act right.
What
Then
the
you
fuck is an
motherfuckers stopped eating each
Africanus?
other.
Who is
Then you
Africanus,
motherfuckers act
nigga?
like y'all had some
Hey, who
motherfucking
Africanus
culture.
is,
That shit is
man,
pathetic.
nigga?
What the hell
Hey,
is you niggas without the
hey,
motherfucking FWAs?
who
Them
is Africanus,
FWAs
bitch
gave y'all
ass nigga?
motherfuckers blankets
Who is
and wiped
Africanus?
you out
You a
with a
pan
goddamn
Africanus.
pen. They
You know
wrote
you
you
a
out on a pen and
Pan-Africanist.
paper.
You a
Y'all back here crying
Pan-Africanist,
about
nigga.
paper genocide.
African
How you
ain't got
get
your
your
white
ass
boy,
whooped
nigga.
with motherfucker? How
African
you
ain't got
get
your
your
white
ass
boy,
whooped with
nigga.
a typewriter?
You a
How
pan,
you
you
get
a
your ass whooped
motherfucking
with a
Pan
typewriter?
African.
What the hell is you doing over here?
You a
What the
Pan
hell is
African,
going on?
nigga.
You want to sit up here and brag about that shit?
You
You
a
want to brag about getting
Pan
your land taken by this cracker? This cracker teaching you to
Africanist.
stop being a cannibal? This
Boy, go
crack
ahead,
giving you
Africanist.
religion? This cracker snatched your
Speak
motherfucking
your
language
shit,
from you, and you
Africanist.
want to
Speak
brag about
your
this shit? And he did that shit on your own land. He did that shit on your
Oh, I
land.
got that
He
bitch
went to your land
ass.
and took your shit, nigga. He went to your land and stole your language, nigga. You go to Africa, they still got their language. They still got their gods. They still got their motherfuckers. Where you niggas got? You niggas back here confused than a motherfucker. Sitting back here worshiping fucking
African
totem
booty
poles. Get your
scratcher.
fruity asses
African
out of
booty
here. All
scratcher.
you motherfuckers back here worshiping poles, I question your
African
sexuality.
booty
What are we
scratcher.
doing over here? What are
Oh
we doing?
shit.
Let's talk some real shit. We gonna cook. Let's
Oh
cook.
shit.
I'll cook the shit out of you inches up on here, man. I don't give a
Mm-mm.
fuck.
This
I
man
don't give a
said
fuck about
African
them
booty
dirty ass,
scratcher.
dusty motherfuckers.
That's
Y'all get this
crazy.
work over here. Let's talk that real shit. Huh?
Hey,
Them
Psycho, I
Africans
was
know
trying to
their
give
language. They got their fucking land, and they didn't get their ass whooped by a piece of paper like you punk ass niggas. Like you bitch ass niggas. They came with blankets and pins and whooped your ass. The fuck out of here. Talk
the
that real
small
shit.
pop.
Fuck on your minds.
Yeah, hey, I was trying to cook him. I just didn't want to yell over him. That shit was stupid. But I didn't even want it to go that way. I figured it was going that way when I asked him the question. And eventually, the Africa hate jumped out of him. Vino, you support that? You stand with your brother? You and Wale?
He in romper room, Dr. Lamb.
You are the OGs of the Abo community. Y'all support him and his stance?
I support that young man. So he was attacked first, right? I was saying that his people
No, he's
here.
not. He's not brand new, Miss Bond.
Oh, I
Not him.
don't know if he's brand new. I'm talking about what I heard him say today. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you support everything that he said about Africa. So everything that he said about Africa and Africans you stand with.
No, what I'm saying is I stand with the fact that since he was being attacked, he went on the attack. So yes, I stand with that.
He wasn't being attacked. We was having a conversation. And he started attacking, so I attacked back. I told him he's not an Abo.
He was talking about his genealogy, right? He mentioned that he had, he know where his people come from. So that's what he was saying. And then people was, I think you kind of said, well, black people wasn't already here before.
Yeah, and I'm standing on it. And
okay,
are you going to prove me wrong?
Well,
are you going to prove me wrong?
You can't prove him nor I wrong that black people.
Yes, I absolutely can prove you both. I absolutely can prove you guys both wrong.
Okay,
because there's no evidence of ship technology in West and Central Africa in the 13th century.
Well, black
people
already.
Hold on. Let me finish. Wait. Let me finish. Don't ask me no question in between my statements.
I was talking, you cut me off, and then now you're telling me I cut you off.
You just told me to prove to you that there was no Africans in the Americas. So
no, I didn't.
I'm doing. Oh my goodness gracious! Sometimes people gotta listen. You gotta listen.
Now you have to open your ears as well instead of your motherfucking mouth.
Hey, I was on mute the whole time.
You was on mute the whole time when I was talking?
Yeah, I go on mute. And when he was talking.
Okay. Well, that's not what I heard. It sounded like y'all both were going back and forth. But okay.
So again, as I was saying, there is no ship technology in West and Central Africa. I've searched for it. I haven't found it. So if you have a source that I have not come across that shows ship, not boat, not canoe, not rowboat, not paddle boat, not raft, ship technology in West and Central Africa, you win the argument. Until then, it's just all belief.
Were people already in Asia? Were they already in other countries? Black people, I mean, black people.
I'm not talking about Asia.
So I'm asking you though, were they black people from Africa? Well, we know black people come from Africa, but were they already in Asia already?
I'm not aware of that.
So if we was already dispersed out across this globe as black people, then your point is back then, even though they was able to get there, and there, but the Asian people was able to get here, but the black man wasn't.
So again, if you're talking about the out of Africa theory, after people left Africa and they settled in those lands, the Denisovans settled in Asia, they were no longer African. They became whatever landmass and whatever foods and whatever else allowed them to become the people that they are
Sabio, I got a book for you.
If that's true,
hold
then I
on. So
guess
you
we're
saying
not
just because
African
they settled?
Americans. We must be just
Hey,
Americans.
Dev,
Then
while they doing all this, if you don't mind, can you put that
you
last?
conflate nationality
You
and
a
race
psycho?
and
Can one of y'all put this last link I just dropped on the screen? Let them
So just because
argue it out, but the people themselves can just read for themselves.
so
Hey,
just because
Sabio, I'm putting this in the chat for you. A book. It's mostly in Spanish. I gave it to Psycho as well. Africa versus America, and the rest of the name there. Please, you can get a PDF download for free off of Google. Please check it out, man. She talks about how the boats were already sailing and all that stuff. Even though I have other information about how the Americas were moving across the ocean too. Actual ocean faring boats, excuse me, from America. I'm gonna get to you on that. I was just trying to insert this in. I'm just trying to insert this in real quick so that you can get this Africa versus America by this particular person, though, because Psycho got it first by somebody named Garcia.
You said you haven't read it, Wale.
No, I said I read the first chapter. I haven't finished the book. That's what I said.
You
I
said
have
you was
read
on
the
chapter 2.
the first chapter. I'm on chapter 2. I haven't finished
This
the
is
book
crazy, boy.
of 6 chapters. I'm on chapter 2.
So
I'm suggesting
don't try to
that you
give
look
me
at
a
it.
synopsis. I may.
I'm not
But
trying to give you a synopsis. I'm asking you
I said,
simply to look it up
said,
and read it yourself, man.
Hey,
and I
Dev,
said I may. All right, and this is another question
There you
I
go.
want to
hold on,
ask you
Sabio.
guys. Okay,
Hold on, Sabio.
hold on,
that is
my
good
answer.
Hold on,
information,
Sabio.
Mr. Wale.
Hey, Dev,
Uh,
did you happen to hear me when I asked if we could put this link up? I'll even pay this time.
yeah, I'm not at the computer right now.
Shit. Hey, Psycho, can you do it by any chance?
And I just wanted to ask y'all this:
Or if you don't
Why
mind,
did
Sabio, if you don't mind, just click this link in the back, this new scientist, and just let's just go through the title and the subtitle.
All right, hold up. All right, I'll do it. But I just wanted to ask y'all, why didn't the Ottoman Empire, who took control of the trade routes and all that, why didn't they ever mention ship technology in Western Central Africa?
Oh, I could tell.
Why
I
didn't
could
it?
answer that.
Go
They
ahead.
didn't know. They didn't know.
They didn't know, and they were all throughout Western Central Africa enslaving Africans?
I'm saying that the book that just related to you explains that what your thing is, and I'm telling you, that's the answer that I was giving
No,
you.
no,
Based on
no, 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 no,
by
Wale, it's not going to work because you're.
Hey, yo, that was wild.
in the book,
yeah,
she got
bro.
a lot of
Hey, yo,
references and
Wall Street, you
sources.
haven't got to speak. Hey, bro, do me a favor. Click that
They
link that
got a
says new
lot of
scientist.
references and sources listed in the book,
I ain't got
and so that's
keys.
why I
Hold
referred
on.
you
Look
to
in the
the
back
book.
chat.
Yeah. So I don't know why y'all think that. I know today we would know if something exists, but back then you can't fathom that there could be things that exist that other countries and other people don't know. So the way y'all saying it, like, oh, but he said they didn't know, and you're like, oh, that can't be. Yeah, today it might be hard that if there's somebody with an airplane that we wouldn't know. Back then, though, there could be some creations going on, some things happening in other countries that other people don't know.
You get this
Well,
Wall
you know what's
Street
weird to me is that black people don't think that we were
And
smart
grab it.
enough to have figured out how to travel from that landmass to that. When we know they did, right? Because they went from Africa to Asia. But then he didn't backtrack what he said and said, well, since they were black people from Africa who went to Asia, but now they're not African anymore. They're not black anymore because now they're on a landmass. That is
That's
what that man said.
because
Y'all know that a
that's
bunch of crap.
that's not how evolution works. Like when prehistoric humanoids that wasn't even Homo sapiens sapiens initially left Africa, I wouldn't call them black. Some people would try to call them black because of the landmass they came from, but I wouldn't even attach a race to them because
Yep.
they wasn't us, right? These are prehistoric humans. Homo erectus to be exact would be the first humanoids to leave Africa and start populating other areas outside of that landmass. And then once they left out of there, they started evolving into other things. I.e., white people, Asians, Denisovians, like between environmental pressures and species mixing and everything else fucking each other for the most part and shit like that, they started evolving into different Homo sapiens sapiens, which they actually end up species mixing with Homo sapiens sapiens. That's how they became Homo sapiens sapiens. But like I said, human evolution is real tricky. It's not as black and white as black people left Africa. Then it wasn't like that.
So
Hey,
let me ask you this.
hold
So
on,
let me
hold
ask you
on,
this.
hold on, hold on, Vino.
Okay.
This is New Scientist. This is a website. This is what they published October 2nd, 2020. The title of the article is 500-year-old remains may be first African woman to reach the Americas. Subtitle: A skeleton buried at the first European town in the Americas belonged to a young woman from Western Africa. She may be the earliest known person from Africa to make the journey. If you read the entire article, this was in La Isabela, down in the Dominican Republic, as it's referred to today. That's where Columbus landed. That 500-year period puts you exactly with Columbus. Out of all the skeletons that they've uncovered, analyzed, the oldest one that shows any connection to us is merely 500 years old, implying for the slow people in the back, we were not here before
Before
Columbus.
1492.
We just wasn't. You can look at the
Yeah, like they just
just the
know where
skeletal
all the
remains themselves will tell
skeletons
you a
and stuff is at
difference.
in America.
These people were heavy maize eaters that wore on their
They
teeth, that changed the carbon within their skeleton structure. We wasn't eating corn.
So you say eating
Yes,
corn
nigga, there
changed
is
their
no
body
maize in
structure.
Africa. You can't find anybody before 1492 of African descent with
How long did it
maize
take
being
them to
part of their
change their body
culture.
structure?
What?
How long did it take
What
them
are
to
you
change
talking
their body
about?
structure?
Oh my goodness.
Corn
Who is
changed their
That's a
body
they?
structure.
wild ass question,
That's what
boy.
he said. He
Who is
said because they
they?
was eating
Who is
corn
they?
that it
Who
changed they.
is they? Nigga, who is they?
You said it.
Who is they? How long did it take they before they changed their body
You
structures?
talking about
Who is
the
they?
bones that was
Mm.
found in
Who is
America.
they? Do you know how long Native Americans was fucking around with maize?
Over 10,000 years.
So who are you asking about?
Tens of thousands of years. You just don't just throw out that
Over
number. Come
10,000. I
on,
said
man.
over 10,000. It's over
Ridiculous.
10,000. Rough, give or take about 11, 13 to be
How do you
exact.
know it's over 10,000 years?
Because I studied this stuff. I just forgot the exact number. I know it's over 10,000.
So I have a
See, that's
question.
Psycho,
ridiculous.
psycho,
Don't
check and see have they updated that dating. Just check. I mean, you could do a Google check, a AI check. Just check and see have they updated
You think he ain't got
that
enough
Why
to
did
do?
time
He
why
got
did
the
period.
why
extra
why
time.
didn't y'all answer
I
why
have a
didn't you
question.
answer why didn't anyone hold on because I asked a question and it wasn't answered. Sufficiently, Wale, your answer
Because
wasn't
they know,
sufficient.
Sabio, you already know the answer to your own question. They don't know, first of all, they don't know what you're talking about when you say the Ottoman Empire. Second of all, they don't know anything about maritime
How did we get there?
production.
Yeah, let's not do the Ottomans. We way before the Ottomans.
You know this.
But yeah, but yeah, it definitely was like they was here before Jesus, dog.
That's
So
right.
when we say we don't consider people to be us because they mix with other people, do we consider people here who mix with other people us?
What the
Now
hell?
that's where it gets tricky when you start talking about admixtures and everything else.
I just
Yeah, all
What
I'm
you talking
saying
about?
is
You talking about
even if we talking
biracial?
about
Talking about
even if
biracial?
we, I think
yeah,
so.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
even if we talking about biracial, it still got to be a distinction, right? That means it's two different separate races of people that
Races,
right.
right.
These ain't the same race of people. It's two separate races of people that's having babies.
oh, I think I see what
Biracial could be
you
Asian.
saying
Biracial
if
could be Asian and Arabic. That's biracial. That don't mean they're black.
but I used the word us, so I think he understood what I was saying. You
Yeah, you
seem
talk black
be
people. Yeah,
lost. Right.
Black. So a black
I
Arab
was
or a blackanese or a Blasian.
I was referring to what Psychopathia said. He understood what I was asking, and he
I
answered
understand
the
what you're
question.
saying too. A
Okay, because
black.
he said, remember, I asked if black people from Africa end up in Asia, and then he said, well, those people he wouldn't consider as us. And so I was. It took me a while to get in. That's why, but I was asking them if they're not us, even though they come from Africa and mix, then are the people here? Because I believe that
now
most
They
mind
of us.
you,
are
now
us.
mind you, Boncher. When I said they wasn't us, I wasn't just talking race. I was talking a whole different species. Like
Right. Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah.
different species.
Yes.
Yes,
Denisovan.
the initial humanoids that left Africa, yeah, was a whole different species.
And eventually they evolved
Okay.
into what
That's
they
what the
would be
Creator
today.
So
said
Right?
if
God
they
knew.
left
Right,
Africa
correct.
so long ago, why are they more similarity than to Africans?
Who?
Who you talking about?
Uh, the black people in Southeast Asia and the
You
Pacific
talking about like the
Islands.
Aboriginals?
Yeah, it
Aboriginals are
could.
like
Yeah.
the closest. They're the closest related. They're the
To
closest
ancient
relatives.
humans.
Excuse me, to Homo erectus, and Homo erectus is widely considered to be the first humanoid to leave Africa, and they're the closest
Right.
descendants to them. And Denisovians. Denisovians would be the who Homo erectus eventually evolved into out in Asia. They eventually evolved into a group called Denisovians, which is another primitive humanoids, and then they eventually evolved into Asians, the Asians today.
This isn't
So
that difficult.
and back to Wolverine, right? So if those people way back, even before they was what we our species today, was able to travel, that means people even after them from Africa was also able to travel, right?
No, they trying to say that they mutated because I'm talking about the black people that
Hold on,
look
hold
like the
on,
black
hold
Yeah,
on,
people.
I'm
hold on,
See,
hold
talking
on.
you
to
tried to
Fredo.
go to Australia.
Dino,
So you
Dino,
tried to go to Australia and
back up.
hear
You're
from the
adding.
black people that look like LeBron James, that look like uh Wesley Snipes,
Nobody look
that
like
look like
LeBron
these
James.
people.
Yeah, there's people in Africa
Nobody.
that look like LeBron James and us, all of us.
The the Fiji people do look like LeBron James.
Oh shit.
The
Well,
No, they
Papua
do
people
not.
do
Them
look like
I
people, no,
mean,
LeBron
they do
I
James.
not.
don't
They
know
do not
about
look
him.
like LeBron. No, they do not.
This
Who
shit is
he,
But
who
they
he,
are
The
dark
the
skinned
Papua
Asians though.
Guinea people
They
do look
are
like
dark
LeBron
skinned.
James.
They don't look like LeBron though. You're going too far
not
with that.
LeBron.
What you call it? They are dark skinned Asians though. Yes, they are dark skinned Asians.
Okay,
You talk about down
what
there
about
about
the Sentin?
like the oceanic people, yeah.
Okay, what about the Santanese and the Bogolosa?
no. The Sentinelese are dark skinned Asians.
What
Nah,
did
they
they
got
do?
They
nappy hair like
mutated
KB.
on that island for over 300,000 years. They've been there for over
Oh,
300,000
nah.
years.
Y'all saying that they went up to Asia and they more Asian than Africans, but how they look like Africans?
They not Africans. They South Asians.
So how
We
do they
based it
look
on the
just like
landmass.
Africans?
But if they
How
black,
do they
they black.
savor?
Nah, they don't even have African ancestry like that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so once again, so they not Africans, right? So, but you
Now
just
they
basing it
evolved in
off
Asia.
of
That's because they
this
evolved in
old
Asia.
made up
They
number
evolved.
that you're talking about
I can explain it.
10,000 years.
They evolved in Asia, not in Africa.
Where they get their black skin
So
from is what
no,
I'm at.
they involved in Asia. So why do they still look like
Yes.
the original Africans?
We mean the original. What the original Africans look like?
Black
The
skin.
original Africans look like the black man, right? The black man in Africa, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, not all of them. Not all of them.
Oh,
No,
and I ain't
had
talking about the ones that
mixtures
mixed with
into like
the Indians.
East Africans don't look like West Africans.
I ain't talking about the ones that was,
South
you know what I'm saying,
Africans,
well, that's
South
mixed with the
Africans don't
Indians.
look like
I'm
North
talking
Africans.
about the black, I'm talking about the
South Africans don't
oldest
look like
black
North
people, right, that you're
Africans.
talking about. We talking
South
about the
Africans don't
oldest
look
black
like
people.
North Africans. South
We
Africans
talking
don't look
about
like
the
North Africans.
oldest
See this?
black
And I don't look
people
like
that
you, and you don't
left
look like me, but
Africa.
we get that part. But where the blackness come from? Where that melanin come from?
Dark
What,
Yeah.
skin. Dark skin comes from living below the equator. People that live, the closer you are to the equator, your darker your skin is going to be.
All humans have melanin.
oh God.
All you have to do is look it up, Cherry.
We
All you have to
already
do is
know
look it up.
that.
If you think
Thank
I'm
you.
lying,
Thank
okay
you.
then, okay
No,
then,
I
okay
believe
then. So all that extra shit is unnecessary. We just have a higher dosage because our ancestors were closer to the equator. That's why we have a higher dosage of melanin that makes our skin darker. That's it.
Lord have mercy.
So
Not
once
magic.
Dev, you
again,
saw what I said.
The white
Dev,
the
people
original black
you saw what
man
I
that
have on
looked
the
like,
screen. And you present my screen. You know what's I asked, did you see this before that I have on the present for the screen? Because I
This a
noticed it's
commercial
been there a
break.
while. You haven't put it up. So I thought
This
maybe
is
you
this a
might want to
commercial
put it
break
up.
from Wale.
I guess
Okay, y'all.
it's
Commercial
okay.
break, y'all. Friday football. This is brought to you by Wale in the
There you go.
house.
My
Presents.
thing.
What is it?
This is what's
1798.
the conversation. This is the conversation. 1798. On the right,
Mm.
it over here is the emblem of America, just like that. On the left over here is the emblem of Africa, just like that. Both were done in 1798, and they say it's from the British Museum. The thing say it was from the British Museum. Yeah, per the British Museum, 1798, and I just wondered had you seen that before because that's how America and Africa being emblematic. This is the emblem of America, not the one you call a Native American. Oh, and that book too, Sabio, the one I gave you the title
I
for,
seen that picture, but not in that
Africa
context.
versus America.
That shit
She
you got
talks
on the screen is
extensively on the
horrible.
ship.
Mm.
I said in that book I
That
gave
shit you
you
got
the
on the
title
screen is
for.
horrible.
I say the
I
thing I
don't care
gave you the
about that
title
book.
for. Yeah, okay, I know you don't, but you should read it, or you might want to read it before you discard information that you don't know. But if you feel like you're set and you got everything, then be welcome to stay there.
So didn't Columbus say when he came? So we talking before Columbus, right? Because I think he
Even before
identified
Columbus said he met
black.
niggas out here. They
Exactly.
keep
He
No,
trying
he
to
said
say
didn't.
Africa.
No,
No,
the
he
fuck
The
he
thing
didn't,
is,
didn't.
man.
they
Y'all
keep
got to
doing
stop
is
No, the
this
say
fuck he
shit.
Africa.
didn't.
Columbus
No,
knew
the fuck
exactly
he
what
didn't.
African people looked like by dealing with African people in West Africa before he even
He
came
had
there.
you know
When
what?
he
You
got
know
to
how I
when
know
he
you
got
lying?
to what we call now the Dominican Republican, he said them people don't look like Africans. They look like the people of the Canary Islands.
all black people in America don't look like West Africans.
Hey,
right.
hold
Yes,
on,
they
hold on,
do,
hold on,
nigga.
hold on, hold on. Hey, hold on. This is how I know you lying what you about Columbus. Columbus had two African Spanish he had one. I think his name was Alonso Nino. Pedro Alonso Nino was one of his navigators. He was an African
Sabio,
Spanish.
just read that
Okay,
link,
so how
bro.
the
No,
hell is he
Sabio,
a navigator and
read
you
that
trying to
link
say that
because
Africans
they
wasn't
argue
on the
about the
water?
brothers.
How the hell he a navigator?
Exactly.
They arguing that we may have misinterpreted that history about the Nino brothers. Read that
Only
link,
the white
Sabio.
man taught him how to navigate, huh?
Right.
Is you saying that the white man taught him how to navigate
Nobody
back
said
then?
that. You said that.
The
You said
Okay,
old
that,
you saying
Mr.
this is
slavery.
G.
Negro. No, you saying that people in Africa wasn't seafaring people.
They
They they
wasn't.
they weren't.
How he was a
Not unless you're
navigator.
So
talking
how
about,
the hell
not
this
unless you're
They
talking
goddamn
about
wasn't. And
navigator?
the
not unless
ones
you're
that
talking about going to
and the
small
ones
islands
that
and
was
canoes and stuff. Yeah.
you
Right.
How
got
Yeah, unless you're talking
you
so
about
got
how
on
the hell he
small
talking
who
islands,
about a
it
black
was,
canoes and
navigator?
fishing.
Bino.
How
I
is he
guarantee
talking about a black
if I ask
navigator
you,
through the ocean for Christopher
Bino,
Columbus?
where's the first place in Africa where you're gonna find anybody producing any kind of
Ship.
manufactured technology that would allow them to be in maritime explorations?
That's what I
Yes.
keep asking
Where
for,
the ships
Vyasa.
at? Same question
Where's
y'all
the
Yeah,
asked
first
us.
it
yeah,
Where
was
the
you're gonna
named
ships?
in the
find it,
Greek
Bino.
times.
No,
First it started
let Bino
inland.
answer that.
First it started
There's a
inland. First it
specific
started
spot.
inland by the
There's a
rivers. And then they
specific
went out
That
to the
spot.
canoe.
If you
ocean.
really cared about this
Rivers and
stuff, you would
oceans are two
research
different
it. The
animals.
information is
Like you
Okay,
can
known.
they
you can build
started
a you
The
can
they
first
had
build a
a
place you're
canoe.
gonna
beginning.
find it,
You
Bino,
can build
is
a
in
canoe and
Kilwa
go
on
down
the
the
east
motherfucking
coast of
river.
Africa.
You need a
This is
ship to
Arab
cross the
people.
ocean.
This is Arab
They had
people
a
and some
beginning.
They had technology
Swahilis.
of ships way back, all the
No,
way in
they
Greek
Ships?
time.
didn't.
No,
No,
Yes,
not for
they just
ships.
they
was they
didn't.
rolled them. They were big, massive ships. What are y'all talking about? Like we got to go back in history
Nah,
and you see
not
the
nah,
Then
things
nah.
that
you
existed.
talking
The
about
Egyptians
then
had big the Egyptians had big massive ships, right?
there's
Those
three
wasn't
Yes,
black
groups that
people.
when you
Yeah, but those
go
wasn't
back
black
that
people though.
you
far,
keep
when you
saying they're
go
not
back
black
And they was
people.
only
That's
going around the
You don't
when you
crazy.
Indian
have them
go
on
Ocean,
that.
back into
and they was only
Antioquia,
traveling around the Indian Ocean and Mediterranean and shit.
if you
They
go
really wasn't
back,
into deep into
if you
the
go
Atlantic
back, you're
Ocean.
gonna
Egyptians
find
is
three
not
The
black
groups.
ancient
people. That's
You're
Asia,
gonna
crazy.
find you're
even
gonna
if they
find
was
the
not us.
Chinese. You're gonna find the Chinese, like Psycho just said, going across the Indian Ocean. You're gonna find the Greeks and the Phoenicians.
So y'all with this
The
theory, the black
oldest, the
man don't know
oldest,
how to
the
swim,
oldest,
huh?
the oldest example that we have is the Phoenicians circumnavigating Africa
Who is
underneath
that theory,
Nico the
Bino? Because
Second.
you can't swim. You a black man
Don't
that
know.
can't swim. I can swim though.
Niggas don't know how to swim.
I learned how to swim at the age of 9, and I ain't looked back.
At 9, you
It's
late in the game.
unfortunate
What you
that you
talking
don't know
about?
how to swim. It's
Hey,
At
listen,
9,
unfortunate
you
that you
late.
don't know how to swim.
fellas.
It's
9, you
unfortunate
late.
you don't know how to swim. It's not our fault.
You may
Go
be a
teach
tether,
yourself.
man. You talking about 9.
You know, it's
Yeah,
just a
I
little
learned how to swim at
disagreement.
9.
I don't get the point. It's like the flat Earth argument. What's the point?
Nah,
One,
He
y'all
one,
the
asking
ones
It's
one
one
of
in
making
the
the
y'all
or
keep
claim.
the,
trying to
let's
make these
say,
arguments like you know what
let's
you're
say
saying.
one or the other on whatever side of the argument is totally fucking correct. What's the point?
One
What's the value? What happens after that?
This is the
Does
point.
it
This
change
is the
the
point.
sun? Okay, come
Wale,
on,
you asked the
tell me,
question,
tell
don't
me.
answer your own question. So you
Come on
asked the
and answer.
question. The point is y'all keep making a claim and we keep
Mhm,
asking for evidence. We keep giving y'all the evidence that we weren't here.
mhm,
Y'all argue
uh,
against the evidence that supports
mhm.
us. So
no, you're
give
not
us the
giving us
evidence.
evidence. You don't
Yes,
give
we
evidence,
have.
nigga. You just
I'm
say,
So
saying,
prove this. You
hey,
you're
ask us
hey,
not
to
hey,
giving
hey,
prove
hey,
you
hey, shut
wrong.
answer.
the fuck up.
You shut the
That's
fuck up,
not the
you punk
answer.
ass
That's not the
bitch. You
answer
got
to the
me
question
fucked
that
up.
I asked.
I must sound like your mama, nigga, but I will act like I'm
Nah,
your
you sound like a
daddy
dumb
bitch. You
bitch.
raggedy motherfucker.
Okay, I gotta go. Thanks,
Okay,
Dev.
I'm
It's been
sorry. No,
good.
don't leave.
I can't go
We
back.
were just throwing each other just a little bit. That's all. It's
I
okay.
mean, there's no sense in grown
I
people behaving
apologize.
like that
He
in a
started
public.
it.
All y'all got to do is let a person finish their thought as I'm letting y'all finish y'all.
He like to control
The
everything.
fuck?
Don't
No,
cry,
it
baby.
ain't control.
Don't
It's
cry.
finishing
Don't
a fucking thought. You want to finish your thoughts, right? You want to
But yeah,
finish
but
your
you're not
statements,
letting
right?
nobody. You the main one
I've
that
let
loud
everybody.
allowing it.
I've let everybody finish their their thought.
That's not true.
I'll go on mute and let y'all finish.
You must be hitting that mute button quick and fast. Mute, unmute,
Yes.
mute, unmute.
So
Just that quick, because
so
you're not letting
Cipher.
go.
So right now I'm not on mute because I'm still trying to finish what I was saying. So all y'all have to do is give us the evidence that we were here. Not anecdotal
Okay.
or speculative
Mhm.
or theories of people traveling and walking across the oceans
Right.
because people
I
migrated
gave
out of
you.
Africa and you
We
thought they were
Let me
black.
give you. Let me give you the second book because I gave you the
Wale,
title
okay.
of the first
I'm
book.
almost done.
You. Oh, okay.
Look,
You ain't done.
look,
Go ahead.
did you hit mute when Wale was speaking? Is that what you did?
No,
But anyway,
because I
this is
wasn't
so.
done. I
Oh,
wasn't done. It's
He'll
called
send us a
gathering your
letter when
next
he.
thought.
Oh, your next thought now. Okay, go ahead.
okay. So
So,
this is
so
what
to wrap
when
it
you
up,
wait.
when y'all give
Okay.
the evidence, we will back up off the claim and say you guys are correct.
No, how about
Oh,
this? Remember what I said? I said you're not giving any evidence of what you're saying. You're just asking us to give as your evidence for us to give our evidence. So now show me your evidence.
I did.
Where?
I gave you the slave trade. I gave you Christopher Columbus. I gave you Pedro Alonso Nino. I gave you the Ottoman Empire. Those are all my evidences of Africans not in the Americas before the 1400s.
Well,
So
Sabio, I heard a new term. What's Carthaginians? Are they what you call Africans? Are they what you call Africans, Carthaginians?
They would be considered North Africans.
Okay.
Carthage.
According to the according to the records that I just referred you to, the book called Africa versus America, and I think the other book that I will give you also, but it's according to how the thing I just gave you. She talks about the Carthaginians and how they were hiding the fact that they were going through these particular areas, and Spain and the Roman Empire wanted that information. So they sent some people. I think. Oh, he said they sent the Cathar, the Sephardic something wanted them people,
The Sephardic
wanted that
Jews.
information.
This
I
sounds
don't think he said the
conspiratorial. I'm
Jews.
not reading it. I'm
I
not
don't think
reading it.
he actually. I
Save
don't think
y'all.
I'm
he
not reading
actually.
it.
Save
I don't
y'all.
actually.
I tried
I
to
don't
break
actually
this
think
down
they
to him
said
earlier. He
Jews.
didn't want to
They just
accept it.
said the Sephardic people had
The
sent them up to
Sephardic,
get that
the Sephardic
information.
would be
Save
Sephardic
y'all.
Jews.
Save y'all.
Okay, that's what I'm just saying the names that they didn't say Sephardic Jews in the book, though. That's all I'm
Save
pointing out.
y'all.
That's all.
they said that Columbus,
Earlier,
Christopher
earlier he talked
Columbus.
about the Sabio. Earlier he talked about the Carthaginians, right, and them conquering parts
Mm-hmm.
of Spain and the Roman Empire, right.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
I instantly said, "Oh, you're referring to Hannibal."
Right,
Then
Hannibal.
with this, with the author that he's reading, he's conflating what she's saying.
Mm.
Wow.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
conflating what she said. Wow.
you're conflating what she's saying and trying to turn it into your own argument. When she's talking
Okay,
about,
whatever you say,
can
man.
I
I'm
finish
doing.
talking? Nigga, you 90
Why
years
don't you talk
old.
about
At your
yourself? Tell us
age,
what you're doing. Because you
okay, you
sound like
just
a
heard
little.
what he said, right? They hiding information, Savio. I told him earlier, when you go back into that time, the age of exploration, that time period, cartographers, yes, they hid maps from each other.
Yeah.
Why? Because it has to do with military conquest and power. So if Spain is hiding
Yeah.
their map from France, it does not mean they're hiding whether or not Africans were maritime people traveling to the Americas. It's talking specifically
Right.
about cartographers and the use of maps in the time. Majority of our maps is from military conquest. You're not going to be sitting back giving intel to your enemies. But they solely talking about cartography, which is the art of making maps.
Mm. Wow.
Stop trying to conflate
So
people's fucking
You conflating that.
sentiments.
You conflating that. You
Okay.
wow.
Prove me wrong. Prove me
you
The
wrong.
way
you just
the way y'all try to argue for for the beliefs that y'all hold about black people been in the Americas is crazy. Africans been in the Americas is crazy. So this is why it doesn't make sense. So when I mentioned the Ottomans, they were expert record keepers. So everywhere they conquered, they have records for. And this is something I want to read. And this will maybe help y'all understand why the Ottoman Empire is so important to this conversation. Let me read this to y'all real quick. All right. This is for those who don't know why I mention them anytime this conversation is brought up. All right, let me read this real fast. Let me grab it real quick. I want y'all to really pay attention. This is why the Ottoman Empire is crucial. So, why is the Ottoman Empire, why is the fall of Constantinople crucial to American history? Disruption of trade. The Ottoman victory placed heavy taxes on or blocked traditional land and sea trade routes between Europe and Asia, talking about the Silk Road. The push for new routes. Because Eastern trade routes were now controlled by the Ottoman Empire, European nations started looking for all water routes to Asia. This search eventually inspired Christopher Columbus and other explorers to sail west across the Atlantic Ocean, leading to the European discovery of the Americas in 1492. So, when I mention these people, is because they were excellent record keepers. And had there already been trade routes from West Africa and West Africans going to the Americas, they wouldn't have had to discover new routes. What are y'all fucking talking about? Y'all
What you
not
mean they
here.
wouldn't have to found new routes? What are you talking about? Say that again.
They would have been able to go right to West and Central Africa and use those routes to get to the Americas.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean they don't want to look for new routes. How
Oh,
you
this is
conflate
insane.
those together?
This is insane.
You're not making.
You don't get you don't
I
get
understand
history.
what you're
You don't get
saying,
how
but
history.
you
You
don't
don't
understand.
you
You
know you
saying
don't.
they
No,
just want to use
I
them
told
routes instead of maybe looking for
you
a
don't
better route.
understand. You don't
There.
understand what I'm saying because listen,
Okay.
the
Okay.
Ottomans controlled that area.
Okay. Okay. Mhm.
They controlled those routes.
Okay.
They couldn't use those West African routes, those routes up there because they were blockaded. They had to
Okay.
They
pay
were blockaded by
taxes.
who? They were
The
blockaded by who?
Ottoman Empire, Wale,
So the
who took
so
control of
so
Constantinople
you're
in
saying
1453.
So other people, since they in control, other people should have just took their route that they control.
Do y'all? So,
so
do
I'm
you
asking you, you
understand
talking
that?
about the shipping route out of you I'm trying to ask you a question if you don't mind, I mean, about what you're saying. Let me know when you figure I just
So,
have a chance to speak.
so to sum it up, Christians who lost their home, Constantinople, in 1453 to Mehmed the Conqueror and the Ottoman Empire, did not want to pay the taxes that were going to be levied on them in order to use the Silk Road and the other trade routes that the Ottoman Empire took control. So that led them to find additional routes around the new rulers of that area, the new empire. They were homeless. Christians were basically homeless. The Portuguese, French, all those people, they did not want to pay those taxes. That's why they started Age of Discovery. There wouldn't have been no Age of Discovery had there already been trade routes, selling routes from America, from Africa to the Americas, because they would have been able to go in where they were enslaving them Africans and set up ports and things right there using the African routes to the Americas.
The only African place you're gonna see maritime trade and navigation is in Kilwa, unless you go up to Egypt and you start dealing with the Malmuks at that time frame.
So what I was asking you, Sabio, is about the Strait of Gibraltar, coming through the Strait of Gibraltar out of Mediterranean into the ocean. Is that what you're referring to as the African routes?
No,
Huh?
no.
Oh, okay. What do you refer to that route as?
I don't know. I don't know any West African sailing routes that led out of Africa. Can you name one?
The one I just described, going through the Straits of Gibraltar
That's not
out into,
African.
huh?
I don't know. I don't know who started it. I don't know who was the first people that sailed on that. It possibly could have been some West African, some
From
Northwest
my
African.
understand, what I thought
Some
you and I had as a common understanding is the Carthaginians were up in that area.
Mhm.
That's why I had asked you about the Carthaginians. You say, yeah, that to your understanding, that's
Yeah, they
a
were up in
term
that
that you.
area.
Okay, then go on. So I'm gonna go on then. I understand that the traveling was done by the ship traveling was done by the Carthaginians, and they blocked that thing, that route I just described that you say you didn't
What?
know about. I'm telling you a story I read, man. Come on, relax.
What
So
does
I'm
this have
saying
to do with West and Central Africans going to the Americas, though, Wale?
this is what I'm saying now, cousin. Just kind of relax a minute while I finish saying what I'm saying. I'll get it out. I won't take much longer. Give me about 35 seconds. What happened is they say that those were Carthaginians and they had already found out about was already dealing in the Americans. They were guarding that route to in Gibraltar. That's why they put up that thing about the smashing rocks, so people wouldn't go through there or try to go through there to reach the those islands, places that they refer to. We refer to now as South America and around that area because this, according to them, the Carthaginians were already moving through there, that area.
Wale, have
And
you ever have you
some people,
beyond this book mentioning to you? Did you
yes,
take any time to look at the area you're talking about?
yes, I did. Matter of fact, I have.
What
You're
is one
talking
of the
about geographic? You
what
mean
is one of
geographic?
the what is one of the significant things about this area when it comes to maritime trade and intercontinental trade?
Oh, you would have to tell me what you want to hear because I don't know
I
the
don't want
answer
to
to
hear
your
anything.
question.
It's a question.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't know the
What is
answer.
the significance
Uh,
of that area when it comes to intercontinental trade and maritime exploration?
You would have to tell me the answer to that question. I don't know it.
You researched it. It's very surface level, Wale.
Cousin, I just told you an answer to your question.
Okay,
May you not
okay,
respect that?
okay. I got you. I said okay. The significance is this: from Spain, you can see Africa. From Africa, you can see Spain. This is not the Atlantic Ocean. This is a very specific region and it's not as vast as the Atlantic Ocean. So people crossing that little area is not equate to motherfuckers going to the Americas. Do we have historical documentation and proof of somebody getting to the Americas before Columbus? Yes, but it was not Africans. It
Okay,
was
I don't
Nordic
have no
descent.
problem with you saying.
It was Nordic descent people, and they
Okay,
landed way up in Canada.
okay.
What makes Columbus significant is this is the first time in documented history that you see
Uh,
the continuum. Columbus
mhm,
went over here, he went back.
mhm.
Before that, you don't see anybody doing it continually. That's what makes him so significant. He
May I
wasn't the
speak
first
again?
person
May
here.
I speak again? Let me know
Natives
because
was
I got
here.
something to say about
Natives
what you
was
just
here
said.
like Psycho
Let me know.
said for 10,000
Let me know.
plus years. But they got here
Okay.
through the Bering Strait. They may
Let
have
me.
rafted along the west coast of the Americas down to South America.
Okay. Okay.
But there is
When can I
no
respond? Let me respond to you then. Let me know.
there is absolutely zero, whether you're
Uh-huh.
talking the Carthaginians, Phoenicians,
Mhm,
anybody who would have been on the continent of Africa
mhm,
sailing from West Africa to the
mhm,
Americas. It did
mhm.
not happen.
There's an actual book that tells the directions of just how to do what I just said. It's in that book I gave you, Africa versus America. She actually says who made the statement, exactly what the quote is that they said about what to do, and
You
when it
said you
was
only
done
read the
by
first
whom.
chapter.
That's why I gave you the book, man. It's a lot of
You said you
information.
only read the first chapter. You said you only
So
read the
so
first
far,
chapter.
I've
So
only
how are you
finished the
getting all
first
that
chapter.
out of
That's
the
true.
book?
All that was in the first chapter, cousin.
So, so you haven't referenced anything else out of the book to make sure anything in the first chapter was correct, huh?
I didn't hear you say that again.
So you haven't read the book to make sure the first chapter connects with the second chapter, and the second chapter connects with the third chapter, and the third
That
chapter
doesn't make
connects with
no
the
sense.
things
What you
that was
saying?
said in the first
So you
chapter
saying they're
all
gonna
the way
put
through. The
something
book
wrong
to
in the
follow.
first
The book,
chapter,
the book,
and then
the
they're
book
gonna
to follow.
fix it in the second chapter?
Yes,
What in the
yes,
shit?
people do that all the time. People make
Oh,
those mistakes all the time.
oh, okay. So they
In a
put
book that old and that well developed
Oh,
and
and it's
that
an
well
old book
researched.
too.
I doubt it. Yeah, well, of course it's an old book, cousin.
That makes it even worse.
what?
Okay,
So new
no
books are
problem.
better.
That means hey, you're a funny guy.
Yeah, because
But you
because
know, I
there's a
can
thing
dig it.
called peer review, fact checking and things like that that
Mhm.
wasn't as strict as it was when people were just writing pamphlets.
But
You
they
know,
do
like
update books, you know.
Like Madame Blavatsky was writing her pamphlets and books that weren't real fact checked, and you had all type when
Even if it
white
wasn't fact
supremacists were
checked, if that's how they thought and that's what
hold
they
on, listen.
did, right?
I'm giving you examples. I'm
No,
giving you
you didn't
examples.
say. You are goofy.
She giving
Like when
examples
Charles
of
Colcock Jones
what it could have
like
Right.
been.
when
You're giving
Charles
us
Colcock
examples
Jones
of
wrote
books
the
now.
religious instructions of the Negro,
Mhm.
there wasn't no fact checking.
Okay,
When Charles Colcock Jones wrote that book, or when Winthrop Jordan wrote white over black,
that's so
talking about a
beautiful.
white Christian nation and how
Hmm.
blacks could become white by accepting Christianity, there wasn't these
Oh,
things called peer review and things like, yeah, oh wow, yeah, I have
What
that
that?
book.
Wow. What are you talking about?
I don't have it. I
Winthrop
don't
D.
even know
Jordan.
this book.
He wrote a book on how
Winthrop
he
D.
felt.
Jordan's
Listen,
Winthrop D. Jordan's
we really
white
don't
over
want to know.
black.
I was
So
being
the
Okay.
facetious. You didn't
so
have to
the
give me
so
the
so so yeah, those are the types of books that was written in a time where you didn't have to have any fact checking, like when the Book of Mormon was written,
Uh huh.
when
like the
he had
Bible.
his
You mean like the
vision.
Bible? Why you mention the book
Yeah,
more? Why you mention the Bible?
He
because it's a
might be
book.
talking about different time periods. Go ahead.
That's
Exactly.
exactly what I'm doing. I'm showing different time periods and how
Right.
when times change, standards change for what could be accepted as factual and what could just be accepted as a story.
Uh
Right.
huh. I go. I follow. I'm
We
with you all the
understand.
So
way, man.
so a lot of the books, like the White over Black,
So
a lot
if
of
that's
white people
true,
at that
if
time,
his book
a
now let's
lot.
go back to the wait, let's go back. If you saying what you saying now, we agree. So why would the same book in the first chapter, right? If it's wrong or correct, why would the second chapter then change the first chapter?
It's it's
Go
called
ahead.
it's called it's called them trying to clean up their mistake,
So they wouldn't just go. So then the second
or they
chapter,
might be adding on to
it
the
was it
lie,
was
or they
written
might be
years
or they
later. It was the second chapter
or they
was
might
written
be
years
adding
later,
on, or
y'all.
they might be adding on to the lie.
Oh
Who
boy,
knows?
that's
Okay. I guess
well.
because you
I
have you
tell
read
you
the
right
book at
off
all?
that
He haven't read it at all, and he already know what they doing while they in the book.
I know that's
No,
what I'm
I
saying.
don't.
It don't even
I
matter.
don't. I
And
don't.
he
I'm
won't
giving
read
you
it. He said he will not read it.
what I
He's
gave
going
you
to stick on
examples.
that and stay there.
What I did was gave you examples of other books, and you asked a question about a hypothetical book. I don't know if you was talking about that particular book. If I was talking about that particular book, I don't know if she lied about anything or not because I haven't read it.
But that was
I'm
your
not saying
suggestion.
she did.
You was
No,
telling
no, no,
him.
no, 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 no. It wasn't.
Okay, go ahead,
It
Wop.
wasn't.
Yeah, man.
what we were saying was there was some conflations about a particular place, Carthage, that
Uh-huh.
Wale was making.
Reference to.
And and all
Yeah.
I was saying was that he hadn't got past the first chapter to make sure the rest of the book lined up.
Right. You don't
Oh,
make
okay.
That's it. That's it.
That's an observation that can be made or guessed at, but it's cool.
And peace to the panel.
Hey
I
there,
heard
dude. What's up? What's
peace,
up?
King,
What's up?
peace,
What's
peace,
going on, mulatto? How
peace.
you doing,
Much love,
mulatto?
much love to
Mulatto.
all of you. And
Mulatto gato.
I was listening. I was working out, but y'all was talking about African Americans having Native American ancestry. And to be
Ooh.
honest, this is dismissed too much, but it's actually true when you look at the DNA analysis. So moving
Ooh.
forward, let's not make this a point of contention. Yes, we are African American, but we definitely have Native American ancestry. Even if you argue it's minimal, we still have it.
Not all of us. Not all of us.
Have you
And
taken a
and
See, the
and
DNA
thing
test?
is,
and yes, I've taken two. And
And you
mine
had
is so minimal.
go ahead.
And mine is and mine is so minimal. I might not even. I shouldn't even claim it.
But Sabio, you
there you go.
literally just proved my point though, Sabio. You have
It's
Native
minimal.
American ancestry.
It's 0.01%. So do you
That
know
means you
that
have
don't
Native.
even register? No, it
But let's not
doesn't.
argue.
That
It
don't mean
registered
I'm a
because it.
Native American. That don't mean I'm a
Sabio,
Native American
listen,
at
brother,
all. Hey,
listen.
hey,
I'm not
hey,
about to argue with you.
no, you listen. No, you
All
listen.
right, go ahead.
You listen. I have no Native American customs, no Native American ideals, no Native American identity. My identity, my culture, my ideals was formed in the African American community. That's all I know. I've not been to no Native
No,
American
I hear you,
rally. Hey, chill out, chill out. I'm almost
brother. You
done.
cut me off. You cut
Participation in
me
the
off,
culture.
brother.
Hey,
That's not the
you're
same
trying to
thing as
tell,
being in
you're
your
trying to tell
DNA.
people, you're trying
Hold
to
on, but the
tell
point
people
is,
according to their
no,
DNA
I'm
what
listening to
they
you.
are.
I'm
So
listening,
that means
Sabio. Don't be triggered, brother.
so
You
listen,
just admitted you have Native
so
American
listen.
ancestry.
That
He he been arguing that black people
I
don't,
also
and
have
now he
Colombian.
admits that he do.
I have
Wow.
more
Uh huh.
Colombian ancestry than I
That
do
means you
Native
have.
American.
That
So
means you
am I
have
Colombian?
Colombian ancestry. Yes,
So
you have Colombian ancestry.
I'm Colombian. So I'm
You
more
have Colombian
Colombian than but
ancestry.
It don't mean that you're Colombian.
My African ancestry is on a high 84 to 94 percentile.
Exactly. That means
So
you're not pure African.
so
Checkmate.
If you don't know
That
what
means
am
you're
about
I?
not pure
native,
African. Hold on, let's iron this out. Sabio, you just admitted you have
So
Native
what am
American
I?
ancestry.
So what am I? So
You're
what am I?
African
I'm
Amer.
not native.
You're
I
African
know
I'm
what
not
you are,
American,
native.
but what
brother.
am I? Hey, I know what you are, but what am I?
Yeah, Sabio,
right?
you're African American. You have Native
He been
American
arguing that black
ancestry,
people
Right.
didn't have
No,
it,
I
and then
don't
he
have any
admits.
Native American
brother. You just
ancestry.
said you did,
I haven't even found
but
one in
they
my
showed up on your
genealogy
DNA
book.
test, though, right?
I haven't found
They
one
showed up
in
on
my
your DNA
genealogy.
test.
I haven't found
They
one
showed up
in
on
my
your
gene.
DNA
Are
test,
you
brother.
listening? Are you
Are you
listening? I
listening?
haven't found
They
one in
showed
my
up on your
genealogy.
DNA test, brother.
I haven't
Checkmate.
found one in my
Uh huh.
genealogy. I
But they showed
haven't
up on your
found
DNA test, right?
one. I haven't found one. So that 0.01, that shit might have
Checkmate.
came from
Checkmate.
somewhere
That's
all the
checkmate,
way
brother.
down in South
Yeah,
America
exactly.
somewhere.
You have Native American ancestry. I agree. Checkmate.
Oh,
0.01.
that's a
I'm
beautiful
Checkmate.
argument.
92%
That's checkmate.
He got it.
African. I am 92%
That's
African.
checkmate,
That's the
brother.
He been
checkmate.
You're
arguing it
mixed
I
back.
race,
am
brother. You're mixed
92%
race.
African. Checkmate.
Yeah,
No, I'm
you're mixed
not.
race. Checkmate.
I'm really not.
You didn't
I'm
say you was
really not
100%
because
African.
Uh,
Checkmate.
no one's 100% anything.
No,
yeah, they
actual
are.
Africans are.
Yeah,
Checkmate.
they are
No, they're
100%.
not.
Yes,
Yeah,
some
yes,
of
they
them,
are.
yes.
No, a lot of them are mixed too.
A lot of them,
Yeah,
but not all of them. Checkmate.
right.
A lot of them are
You're
mixed
not
too.
them,
Hey,
brother.
Sabio, real
What?
quick.
Yeah, fall back.
You're 94%, right?
Yep.
In that, have you pinpointed what locations?
Nigeria, Mali,
Anything
Mende,
in
from the Mende culture, and there's one more. I can't remember the fourth. It's four places. Gambia.
Okay, so you got Gambia. Uh, you said Nigeria, right?
Nigeria, the majority
And
of come from
Mandate. So
Nigeria.
that's
33%
so
come
that's
from
by
Nigeria.
so
17 from
that's
Mali.
so that's by the Fulani and Songhai and okay. Everything you just named was as they're establishing slavery for the
Real
first
quick,
time
Yasser.
in.
One second, Yasser. Dev, can you drop Weirdo for you? I got you. I got you. Can you drop it, please?
Yeah, that's who
I
that's
got you.
for.
I
That's
got you.
50.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Go ahead.
Uh,
Yeah,
Can-
Here's what they not gonna grasp about what you just said, Savio. And maybe you didn't put this together either. Um, but I know you well enough to know you would accept it. When you say some of my shit popped up from Colombia, every place you just named as far as your African ancestry were the first slaves sent to the Americas and they wind up in Colombia, Panama, the Darien
Yep.
Gap area. So
Yep.
it could just simply be saying you share DNA with these people groups in Colombia,
Yep.
which would be West Africans. That 0.001, that could be just simply representing the original humans because Native Americans are humans and that long, however long ago shared DNA could be before they crossed the Bering Strait. You get what I'm trying to say?
I got you. I don't know.
But
I haven't looked into the 0.001% because hey, but that's what it says. It's so small. I said, wow. And I got
but do it in
0.02
reverse. Do it in reverse.
East Asian.
Hold on, Sabio. Let's say somebody is 99% Native American, right? According to their DNA. And they got 0.001% African. All that is alluding to is that we all started somewhere so that
Somewhere,
African
right.
that 0.001 is saying, yeah, you're part of the original humans and hominoids that were where in Africa. You get what I'm trying to say by that? Like, and it could be, I don't want to get too deep off into DNA, but shit, it might be pointing out that yeah, you Negroes was all once upon a time a banana, while
Could
this
be
people group
anything.
was once upon a time whales or dog. You get where I'm going? That's when they start getting into
Mm-hmm.
junk DNA and shit they truly, truly, truly don't understand.
You're right. It's that one. I don't know what it's saying. I have to look into it. But yeah, that's so small it doesn't register. It's not even worth me even paying attention to. I shouldn't have claimed that as my heritage.
Heritage and DNA is not the same thing. I remember earlier you mentioned that even if when Witchcraft was saying checkmate, and he was saying that you are, and you was like, well, I don't know their culture, I don't do this, I don't do that. Just because you have that DNA doesn't mean it doesn't equate following their culture or anything like that. But if you don't actually know their cultures, even African Americans follow Native American cultures. There's a lot of foods and things that we eat that we call soul food and things. Those things actually come from the Native Americans and things like that. So I guess I'm just saying when you mention that you don't follow any of their cultures, that has nothing to do with the conversation.
It absolutely does. Why? In order for me to make an identity, I have to have a culture to follow. And I just couldn't pick up a culture that did not identify with me. So everybody around me, my family, my mother, my father, my brothers, my cousins, my grandmother, all of them, none of them looked like a native. Nobody told me we were natives. They all told me that we came from Africa, Nigeria to be specific. And
Camp.
this is what I've been telling people for years. And I knew my dumb ass was finna say cat, but so apparently there was some truth to what my family members were telling me. They even told me about the slave owner that owned my family,
No, I don't
Why
doubt
they
that.
told
the
you they was from
Sabio,
plantation,
Nigeria?
I don't doubt what you're
Sabio,
plantation.
saying.
I'm not going into all that. The plantation. that my
I don't
mother
doubt.
lived on and all that.
Okay, I don't
Hey,
doubt. I
listen,
don't doubt.
listen. I'm just
I
letting
don't.
you know.
Wow.
Listen.
Okay.
I don't need you to interrupt me. I'm just letting you know that I was given a story. I was told about who we were from a young age, from
No,
my
that's a good thing.
family.
No, that's a good thing,
So
my
Hey,
brother.
real quick.
But we
all this
wait.
about
What?
native shit. Hold on,
Yeah.
all this about native.
Damn, you just gotta
It
keep
did not
going.
ever enter. It did not ever enter the conversation.
Yes,
That's what I'm
listen,
trying to get y'all
listen.
to understand.
No, I understand that.
I find it hard to believe you
Wait,
and you
wait
from
a
St.
minute, wait a
Louis.
minute, wait a minute. So you
Wait
were
a minute.
speaking
I'm
for
not from
you
Hey,
St.
as
Louis.
you were
Oh,
I
speaking
my
of
bad.
live
you
here.
personally. You were speaking of you personally, but some others, somebody else, myself and others, are saying that we do have native in us. And then you started to say, well, I doubt that. And then, so what your family did and taught you, they may have come over here just a few years ago. We don't know. And that has nothing to do with the whole conversation. I didn't know we was talking about
Yeah,
personally, right? So
yeah.
we talk.
Hey,
We acknowledge people that primarily had their upbringing on the east side of the Mississippi River and the west side of the Mississippi River. They didn't have the same history. What they
Right.
taught was in schools a little bit different.
Right.
The surroundings were different.
Right.
So yeah, yeah. I
none.
mean, that's what I'm saying. You can't definitively, absolutely say whatever they're saying is not true. Uh, if it applies to their region, if the colonizers, if they had the law set up where that was going on, then that's what was going on in that area.
Right.
And
Can't believe y'all still pushing that bad straight narrative. That's
none of us
crazy work,
denounce
man.
admixture. We always gonna
Even
denounce unless evidence is presented that no, we are not the original people of this hemisphere and we did not predate Columbus. But
Oh,
Bomb
I
said
just.
something.
Oh,
Stop the
Bomb
cap.
said something.
Dev, will you
Man,
share
I
my
know y'all
screen?
hear me talking.
yeah,
Yeah,
Sabio,
but I know
you
you've
ain't
been
talking,
she
spreading
man.
said something
misinformation
to
for
you
a
that
long
was
time,
important a
bro.
while ago, right? And I
I
don't
couldn't
know
Yeah,
hear
if
you
you,
gonna
brother.
anybody
finish.
caught it. She
Say it
said
again for me, brother.
I didn't finish saying it.
I know
I didn't
somebody
even
was
start
talking
saying
over
it.
you. I couldn't hear you. That's what I was saying.
I'm telling you, I didn't even say what I was going to say. I didn't even start saying it.
Mm-mm.
My God, y'all motherfuckers is
Any,
something wrong with
any,
y'all.
anyways, when you sat back and said there's plenty of us who take their food, two societies, right? You said taking their food means we share their culture. That's not necessarily true. Two societies can sit back and exchange goods and not practice each other's culture. What makes your culture is the preparation of those foods. We,
I said food. I didn't even
you
mention whether
said
it was.
food.
Oh,
You said
yes,
food.
preparation of
Okay,
food. The
food.
meals. Yeah.
We can exchange foods. The
I know.
preparation of those foods, those resources is what's going to dictate the outlook of your culture. They may
Yes.
No,
take
it's the
maize and
agreement
Well,
do this
between
wait,
with
those
it.
wait.
things
We'll
Y'all
that
take
heard
make the
me
maize
country.
and
when
do
I
this
said
with it.
that. See, this
That,
is
that
the thing, right? So you
nobody
trying to
is
correct me?
saying you
I
said
didn't
that.
just say food. I actually
Nobody
gave.
is
I
saying that.
said soul food.
My
I
goodness.
clearly said so,
Lady,
which is the
let
way
him
you
finish
prepare
what he's
food.
saying.
Okay.
God damn, let him finish what he's saying.
You shut the fuck up and let me finish saying what I'm
Oh
saying.
shit. He was talking before you, lady.
No, well, listen. I don't give a damn what you talking about.
God damn.
You
Now
acting like
you talk.
nobody else been interrupting people. And just because I'm a woman up here, I will put my penis in all your mouth. I'm
Oh
joking, y'all. Let
shit.
me stop.
Oh, here we go.
I'm just playing. I quit.
Oh, the bomb!
Go ahead,
I couldn't
dog.
hit
Go ahead,
the
my brother.
button fast enough.
Okay.
I
Nah,
like
it's all
y'all.
good. It's Friday. 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 It's, we just messing around, man. It's
I'm just
yeah,
messing around.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
But
you
like I
share my
was
screen.
saying,
Chance, share my screen
Come
when you
nonetheless,
on,
get a chance.
man. Man, we
nonetheless,
packed up
like I
here.
was
Yeah,
saying,
yeah, like ain't nothing
people
going on,
exchange
Wale.
goods.
You
That
bust
don't mean
in
that
the
they
middle
are
of somebody
sharing the
talking
culture.
about drop what you're doing and look at this. That's crazy, man. You finna go out? I forgot it. Wale be going out on Friday, so what time is it?
You gonna
You
have
got
fun,
you got a hot
Wale?
date? Yeah, you got a hot date.
Come pick me up, Wale. I'm coming with you. We're gonna have us some
Hot.
fun.
It's hot with two T's. Yeah,
Hey,
hot, hot, hot,
Sabio,
hot.
Dev. You know
Huh?
why that statement? You know why that statement is important? If we stick to that, right?
Yeah,
Especially us Southern Negroes, we eat rice
yeah,
in the morning. We eat rice in the
yeah.
afternoon. We
Yeah,
eat
we
rice
had
for
a
dinner.
barrel of rice, like a real 4 foot tall, record size. Never got lower than a quarter.
Now, with
That's
that,
a fact.
Dev, they FBAs, right? We don't do nothing African, right? Rice is not rice is not indigenous to this hemisphere.
Yeah, that's all.
The rice got
You know,
here. The rice got here via the rice coast. That's why those Africans were brought over here.
The rice
Ask
coats.
that question
This
again,
man said,
Madon.
"How do you know?" This man said, "How do you
What'd you
know?"
say?
This shit is stupid.
Cut him off like you
yeah,
did the
because
last time and say and ask him.
birds take seeds all around the planet,
Hmm.
This man is stupid as bird shit.
bro. Even though the
No,
bird brain is smaller than yours, you
you got
don't know how to build
African
a
in your
bird
name,
nest,
but you
you
still
dumb
hate
nigga.
African. Okay, we get it, man. All right, cool, bro.
Everybody's quiet. Go ahead.
Yeah, when
So
that level
Dev,
of
when you get a
stupidity
chance,
comes
share
in,
my screen. I'm not
people get
interrupting
shot.
nobody. I'm not breaking into nobody's conversation.
Oh,
I'm
that
asking
was
you to
my
share
cue
the
to do
screen
that.
so we can put this.
I didn't know it was time for commercial
Well,
break,
yeah,
man. I'm producer.
yeah. There you go.
I'm the cut man.
Mhm.
Got
I hope
There,
it's the source.
there it
I
is.
hope it's the source that's going to prove that
administrative clerk.
that Africans was in America.
Well, what it say right there?
Why
It
you
says
keep
something.
showing us
Okay, it
pictures of
says
people? Shit that people be drawing, man. I don't get it,
because that's
man.
what they were
Oh
doing.
fuck.
In
Yeah,
that
that's what
day,
they
they
did
didn't
back
But
have.
then,
I
draw.
can show you some shit that I drew. What makes it any different?
Because they
Okay,
got dark
man.
color,
The
Well,
black
I
time, the
and
don't
brown
timing
understand.
is the
skin.
difference.
Yeah.
Making no
Uh,
sense with that.
That's a portraits of Native Americans, Paleo American. It don't say Paleo Africans or Paleo
I
African
know, I
Americans.
know. I'm not saying African nothing. It don't say African nothing. I don't be saying that. You be getting that from other people, not from me. You should
Mm.
listen to what I actually say, the words I actually use. And now I'll show you the Paleo
Show this picture.
American. This is him here.
Right. Ain't gonna be a black man.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
full picture.
that's right. They
Yeah,
don't
look
know.
like my
Oh
Uncle
fuck.
BB.
I say niggas.
This shit is insane.
I can show you
Yeah,
Now
that
mine.
look
I
just
have
like my
others.
Uncle BB.
I have
mm.
That picture got.
I have others. I have others. I
This shit
mean,
is
I've got
I can
others.
show you
insane.
my
If you,
Native
but I want.
American
That's not,
family
you know, that's
members.
not like a real
This
portrait, right?
shit
Like
is
nobody posted for that or
insane.
nothing, right?
You
That's
know Africans
That's
dress
a
literally
I'm just
just
like
saying
taken
the
portrait.
from
that.
picture
like
is the
my,
picture.
You know
Zoom
that
in,
Africans
I
literally
get
like
Wale.
to
taken
dressed
from
say
like
like
that
nothing.
my,
Wale,
Yeah.
Wale, zoom in, zoom
I
in.
can, I
Same
can
way you
show
did
my
a while
Native
ago. Zoom
American
in.
family members if y'all want. I can show you my
Zoom
dad, my
in,
grandmother,
Wale. Zoom in so
and
we
they
can
black.
read the bottom.
No, I don't get the reference because
he
this is
can't
still a
Huh?
picture.
Zoom in,
he
Yeah.
can't
Wale.
zoom
Zoom
in.
Oh,
in.
okay.
He can't zoom
Zoom
in.
in and
Yeah,
read the
it's either
bottom.
one or the other. Either he's all the way in like that, and then the only other option is,
Huh?
well,
okay, you ain't have to zoom in
Yeah,
there.
we can read
yeah,
it, Dan. We can
pause.
read it, Dan.
Wale,
Right,
damn.
that's too close.
And he got a cutlet.
We don't want
Yeah,
to see all
Freaky
that
do it
shit.
Huh?
right
it's
there.
not
That's
Freaky
us.
What?
Friday, Wale. No, you in the wrong room on the wrong channel, man. It's not Freaky Friday, dog. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Somebody said.
Zoom
Somebody
in so
No.
we
said
can read the
zoom in.
bottom.
I
Zoom
don't
in
know
on the
what's
bottom.
right.
There's literature
On
on
the
the bottom.
bottom.
Zoom in
Oh,
on
that's what I
that part.
started at the bottom.
That's where it started, y'all.
Zoom back
Right here at the
in.
bottom. It gives the name of the people who made the
Zoom
portrait.
back in
So
though.
you can
Zoom
you
back
can
in.
you can look
Zoom
at the
back in on the area.
yeah. I'm
If you
saying
started there,
here's
go
the
back
name of
to
the
it.
people who made the portrait, and you can look them up. Now I'm gonna zoom back out and let that show you the whole thing again. There it is. Is that what you were saying? A
I
request
was
Yeah,
that
there
you
it
saying
is.
zoom
zoom
back
back
in,
in
zoom back
so I
out.
can read it.
It
I
says
want to
pause
read
right
the
now.
Oh, okay, here we go. I'm just trying to, know what to do, man. I ain't mad at nobody. I ain't got nothing like that going on. Okay, this is it. Portraits of Native Americans, Paleo Americans. The other ones say what date it is. I have a one with the date on, it's dated. But these guys, that's why I gave you the name, because these guys are dated
Slow
themselves. You
down,
can
Wale. I
find them in
can't
the,
see it because
you
of
know,
the
That's
Neil
right, Wale.
deGrasse Tyson thing.
Somebody got something that say you just got science stuff.
like
I
that.
can't see it.
Huh?
Y'all see
Yeah,
what I
they're
see?
You can't
Maybe I'm
see it.
yeah, I do. Now we
You
can't see
said
it
you
because
can't
of
see it?
you got
there's
science
something that
Oh,
sticker.
they
No, they
changed
got
the
Neil
name.
deGrasse Tyson.
No, he just,
Uh,
oh, somebody put something else up beside my,
yeah.
my presentation. I don't know what that. I don't have nothing to do with that.
yeah, they trying to discredit you, Wale, but we ain't gonna let that happen.
Oh, it's
That's
gonna be
okay,
too
man. It's
easy.
not me that needs to be discredited. I just offer information, man.
No.
I don't look for credit or
You offer
discreditment.
Well,
I just
disinformation.
offer the
You
That's
information.
good
offer
information, Wale. I
disinformation.
appreciate that information, Wale.
yeah. The thing
You
is though,
offer
I have some more.
some of us up
I have
here
some more.
actually some of us up here actually, well, I'm gonna just say myself, right? Native American, and my family is black, right? Now there's these natives who are $5 Indians and things like that, and
You,
they look completely different than like my family.
Mm-hmm.
you a five
So
dollar Indian.
when some of us, I'm a $5 Indian. Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So is
okay.
Madon, and so is Wale, and so is
Okay.
Leo.
Well,
So
when
all
we have
$5
family
Indians.
members and
Yeah,
innocent, and
and
you
you're a
can
$2 cracker.
we you can tell when you're Native American. They have it's a different tint to your skin, to your darkness, and things like that.
They
But
don't look like you.
well, they don't look like me, but they look like my grandmother. I
That's
They look
right,
like
sis.
the
Yeah.
Mexicans. They look like the Mexicans
Mm.
running
Yeah,
around.
yes, and whatever you say a Mexican look like. You don't.
Well,
So
we know what the original Mexicans look like.
yes,
Not like us.
Yes, they do.
You a liar and the truth ain't in
All
you,
they had was
dumbass.
straight hair. All the thing they had was straight hair, and some of their features just a little different. That's it.
Straight hair,
These
huh?
but they
people are
all didn't have
insane.
straight hair.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, you
straight
talking
hair
about
is
the
a
Mexicans? Yeah,
telltale
you're right.
sign they didn't look like us.
No,
This shit is
we got black
insane.
people born with straight hair.
Come on, man. We not about to do this, man.
This shit is stupid. This shit is worse than TikTok.
Well, the Mexicans are mixed from. No, I ain't gonna even give y'all that. But go ahead, bro.
They
They
mix
have
with black
Asian
Yeah, you
people.
finna
descent,
say
dog.
something
They have
retarded.
Asian descent, just like the Native Americans.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, Psycho. You spot on that. They ate. Yeah,
Those
So
exactly.
the natives.
how are the Asians? So how are the Native Americans us if they're of Asian descent?
Because the Asians are only Africans. The Asians are the Africans that went to Asia through the monsoon. That's how they got there.
What?
Yeah,
What?
right. That's why the people from India and the Native American and Mexicans damn near look alike.
This nigga stupid as rocks.
Bro, that's science, nigga. You just got science.
No, you just got stupider.
Like Psycho said, they all came from India, bro. That's a fact.
You are
Or
stupid
Asia,
as
I
dirt.
never
how
said
do you want to
India.
label it?
I did
Asia
not
or
say
India,
India. I
same
said they
thing.
came from Asia.
This man
Right.
So
is
Asia
Asia,
and
dumb.
India
India,
is the same
India is
thing.
in Asia.
Bro, that's not the same thing what I was talking about. People I was talking about came from over there by Siberia. That's not by India.
Come on,
Man is
Psycho.
dumb.
Psycho,
I
you
don't
got to
know
step
what
up
he
your
working.
vocab, bro. Come on.
Whatever,
You
bro.
got to step up your brain.
Bro, I'm above and beyond, nigga. What you talking about?
Black people
You
used to
above
keep
and
good
beyond.
records.
You above and beyond what? A turtle?
Black people kept good records when they could, after slavery. Europeans kept good records, so we could find more about our history from the Europeans than America, because they lie over here. Can't trust shit that's over here.
Yeah.
So,
Huh?
huh? Somebody said you doubting what I'm saying about the American people writing anything they want in history books and teaching it to us, forcing it down to us.
All the history that I read in those history books lined up, even with the black history. That's why you have to take both. You take American history, then when you get a chance, you take African American or black history so you can see the similarities and the things that don't match.
Yeah, we came to the Americas about 19,000 years ago.
Mm.
Only in your dream.
See, and then so, but I don't know why they think that the black people wasn't smart enough to figure things out. We moved all around this globe, but some people say that once we move, then we're no longer. So I understand that thought process. I do understand that one. So
So
um,
so the continent where people originated from, it wasn't even called Africa at that time. What are
yeah,
you
we
It
know
was
people
that.
called
talking
Asia.
about?
Okay, you talking about a name? We know that.
It
Just
wasn't
like you.
even
Like
called
before they call it
Asia.
Africa, they call it Asia.
It wasn't even called Asia at that time.
I bet.
It was just a
Just
But
like
landmass.
so
What are you
America
guys
let
wasn't
me ask.
talking
America
about?
wasn't called America at that time,
So
because right?
said
Uh-uh.
you said I'm saying this. All bipedal life did not form on one continent versus another continent. I think that's a ridiculous. That's like that
What?
You know, that's like the saying everybody come from the same loaf. That's like saying everybody came from Adam and Eve or something of that nature. That's ridiculous. Adam and
What
Eve's
did you
son
say?
had to go out and find a wife. So
What did
people were
Yeah, Adam and Eve is when
saying
we
that
created
people
white
come from
people.
one source.
Yeah, that's
n-
where people
n-
came
I'm
from.
gonna
They
go through
spread
this.
out.
It's okay. I can go slow,
Hold
man.
on.
I ain't trying to
no
Yeah,
have
one no
no
one
my
trying
is
to
screen
start
Why
froze
would
trouble.
you?
up.
Why would you
It,
think
no
that
it,
one
we
is
it,
just
saying that.
everything started in one
okay,
spot and spread out?
We're saying different tribes from that one
I don't know what
landmass
was
and
just
that one area
happening,
spread out.
but I'm saying. Mhm. Yeah,
And
I'm
we were
saying
different
that
species.
bipedal
We
life
couldn't
did
have
not
been.
originate on the African continent as such. I know that's what
Yes, it
you
did.
know the majority of the story or something. Okay, then that's it, man. You
It's
got it.
not a story. It's not a story. It's
I'm good.
science. It's history. It's
No, that's a
archaeology.
story. That's
It's
Okay,
not
whatever.
science.
evolution.
It's
Oh,
It's
scientific
all
evidence.
of that.
It's scientific.
It's
We're talking
scientific
prehistory.
evidence.
This ain't got shit to do with the stories. That's why it's called
whatever
prehistoric.
you want to
It's
say.
before.
Fuck.
It's before history. So we are not talking history when we talking about. We talking about scientific
Whatever
evidence.
you say,
That's
man. I don't even
that's what we're
care.
I,
talking about.
I,
I'm
I
telling
thought
you
that
what
the
I say, and then you
You
say,
can't have
"Oh
history
enslaved the
no."
without
people.
documents, and there's
No,
no documented history from back then in um, ancient, not even ancient, prehistoric times.
Right.
Antiquity.
and I'm saying
Now, antiquity,
that's
there's
the
history in
information that
antiquity.
they.
You got history
Mhm,
there. I'm talking
mhm.
before history.
So
Yeah, yeah,
prehistory.
I'm
before they
saying
start
that's the stuff
documenting things. But we know they
they
don't
use
all
the
come from the same
artifacts and
area,
stuff like
though.
that to determine stuff. So what happens is they are finding artifacts all the time, and as
Right.
Hmm.
such, they have hypotheses forming all the time, and the old hypothesis has to give way to the new evidence, not facts.
Yeah, but there
The new
hasn't been any new
That's true.
evidence that
and
has
new
came
evidence
out
is being
that has
discovered
shown.
all the time, is what I'm saying. And
Yes, I agree,
that
I agree.
yeah.
But there's no new evidence that shows that life did not, humanity per se did not originate in Africa.
They don't know
Well,
what humanity
Hominids did not
I
originated
won't
at.
originate,
even.
and
I
they
think
I,
they
already do.
found
They've
some
already said it.
foundings,
They
I've
guessing,
seen
bro.
stuff
artifacts that proves that not true.
already that says debunks that, but it doesn't really poetry. So if he done with that, I want to put up the next
Some
portrait
people are
because there's a
dumb.
other. There's another one. Don't have to just go by this one.
Some of y'all are just dumb for no reason.
So
You
I
just
it's
think
won't
not
you're
really an
understand
stubborn.
it,
argument.
honey.
Yeah, I can be done. But here it is. We got portraits from the 1700s that say otherwise, and you want to be mad about it. I don't. So I'm gonna just put
Exactly.
this one out and go to the next one.
Those
Man,
are
I ain't
drawings.
tripping.
They ain't really portraits. They were drawings.
Yeah, they call them
A
portraits.
drawing is a
That's all.
portrait.
According
But
to
it's okay.
science,
I can dig
according
Yeah.
to science,
Mhm.
according to science, according to
Mhm.
science, modern humans, Homo sapiens, evolved in Africa from a shared primate ancestor over millions of years.
Oh,
Fossil
Mhm.
you
and
already fucked up when
DNA
you talking about a
evidence,
primate.
fossil, fossil and DNA evidence show that our specific species emerged in Africa roughly 300,000 years ago before migrating across the rest of the world, according to science, according to
Man, that's weird
DNA
science.
and
Okay.
fossil
I heard my
evidence.
name.
Uh
I heard
huh.
my name real quick. Hey, Dev,
Yeah, you
if
need
you
to
back
fear
at if
science,
you
not
back at the
Satan.
computer, if you don't mind, can you share that
Dummy.
last link?
I'm looking for a
Stop being
connection.
dumb.
We gonna have a little
Oh
fun.
yeah.
Bro, nobody know where the first man came from, bro. But a
Well,
certain
I just
few.
brought a
You
portrait.
think the
They do
first
Let
know
me
where
man
talk
he came.
about
came
They
from
know
a
I
what
Elijah
just brought
Muhammad.
a
cylindر?
portrait.
they know what continent he
I
came
just
from.
bought a portrait.
Well, yeah, I
I,
give you that, Psycho.
I just bought a portrait of the South of the. I just brought a portrait of a Paleo American, and we still
That's not
arguing
a
about what I
Paleo
don't know. I'm kind of
American.
confused.
That's not a
That's what the
Paleo
thing
American.
read, man.
Yeah, wherever
Well,
you got that source
you
from, wherever you got that source from, is
go
lying to
ahead.
you. The
Okay, I
sub, the
got
sub,
another
the
one. That's
sub,
why.
the sub, the sub. This is why I asked. It wasn't to even attack you. This is why I asked. Where did you originally get that from?
I don't know. It's not on my paper where it came from.
Okay, if you look
It
in the
don't say
back,
where I
well,
downloaded
if you look in the back, Wale, you look in the back.
it. Back of
There's
what?
a link
The
in the
back of
back chat. There's a link
okay.
right there.
Is it? Oh, I don't
The
see
name,
that.
the name
Oh,
given, right? The name given for what you just presented.
bomb cherry. All I see is bomb cherry
One,
juice. I know that.
Wale.
Huh?
Look right there. It says Wikipedia. Jean
I don't see
Baptiste.
it. It didn't
I'm gonna
drop
do it
here.
right now in live time.
Okay.
Wikipedia, John Baptiste. Do you see it now?
I'm looking for it. I
You
see
seen
some
Bomb
say
Cherry?
Wall Street. I see,
Did
I
she
see
get
Wall
dropped?
Street. Now I see craniometric. That you, Kenny
In the back
Wigman.
chat, Wale, the back chat, where all our comments are.
It, it says private chat.
Well, the name John Batiste was already on that photo you brought up. I mean, that drawing you brought up, Wale.
I see psychopaths just put something up with Wikipedia on it.
That's the link he's trying to show you. That's what he's trying to show you.
Okay. What
Okay,
about this guy? What about this guy?
that's the paint
1848. Go ahead.
that is the painter that you're alluding to. He never painted
Yeah.
paleo. He never painted paleo Indians. That is a Batu Kodo person. That's what he painted. Those are the people he painted. If you go into the Wikipedia, you'll see his gallery. You'll see that he makes a clear distinction in between Native American people and black people. He does not conflate the two.
So you saying somebody else did that painting?
Yes, I'm saying that's not even one of his works.
So the second name, because it was two names on there. So the second name is the one that did the painting? Because it was two names on there. You looked up one of them. Yes, I got that.
And it's not a paleo Indian.
So now you want to change what it is.
Okay, you're saying that it's
Nigga,
not
his source said it was a
a
paleo
paleo.
Indian.
Where
Madonna,
does you
keep
show where
your
you
dumb ass
see it
out of it.
that it?
If you
Oh, John. Okay, Johann Moritz Rugen Rugendas. That's and the Batiste guy, the Barrett guy. So there's two people on here. You looked up one
What
of them. What about the
ultimately
other
what
guy?
I'm trying to tell you, Wale,
Oh,
is
okay.
Let me have my moment, melanated.
Yeah, man.
especially since the digital age. What I'm trying to tell you is, people are
Especially since what your voice has gone so low you can't hear it.
especially since the digital age, people are notorious for taking
Uh
these
huh.
old depictions, altering them,
Uh
putting
huh.
them in false books that don't even exist, rewording people's
Hmm.
original text, and you have to be
Hmm.
careful. You can't
Okay.
just you can't just grab us. That's why I'm asking you, where did you find this source that you presented.
Oh, I like this. Thank you. Thank you for referring me to this guy. He got a lot of more pictures, portraits and stuff that he drew. Apparently, yeah, he got a lot of them.
You can go back before then. This is why I'm trying to tell y'all, like, if we're gonna talk about slavery, there is so much that you have to unpack for that. We wasn't just picking cotton. You might have been an artisan. You might have been the very person painting a lot of these pictures that y'all bring out. By y'all, I mean Aboriginals or etc. When you go into Spanish Dominion and you talking specifically about Latin America, a lot of the paintings from the 1600s, well, not a lot, but there's enough of them. African slaves was painting pictures, and they clearly make a distinction in between what the people in Africa look like, what the people in Asia look like, what the people in Europe look like, and what the people native to the Americas look like. They will never ever conflate what we call black people with the natives. That
You,
just didn't happen.
you said black people was painting and they knew what all the different people looked like?
Yes.
How would they know what all, when we talking about
Oh, I
the
just
slaves, you
found the
mentioned
German
slaves.
painter. Okay,
How would they know
so I
how all
think
the people look like if they never come across them?
By the 1600s, there was already Asian people here.
Mhm.
There was already white people here. The natives was here. So if you commission to do something, you're gonna know what these people look like.
Mhm. Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Because
as a matter of fact,
I heard you say black people were painters, but
Yes, they
instead of, when
was.
you would say that there may have been a couple of black painters, because y'all do conflate slavery with this time where you just had a job and you would have been a painter instead of you
That is not what
being.
I said. That
I
is
know I
not
didn't
what
say
I
that.
said.
I know I didn't say you said that. I said conflating a time period. You said slavery, so and you said the 1700s,
I
right?
didn't
That's
say the
what I heard you say.
1700s.
Right, that's what I said. You said the 1700s.
I didn't say the
Oh, I
1700s.
thought you said the 1700s. What did you say? Could have sworn you said the
I said
1700s.
when we study slavery, we have to understand the nuances to it, that we was not just picking cotton. You may have been an artisan.
Hmm. There
I
would have
didn't
been a
give a
lot of
specific I
artists.
didn't give a specific time.
You
Then I
actually said
sat back and said,
1700s.
then I sat back and said you can go into the 1600s opposed to Wale's picture from the 1700s and gave an example.
Y'all listen. Um, Slavery, right? When slavery was here, there wouldn't have been a lot of painters. Okay, most of the slaves here would have been not just picking cotton, but they would have been picking cotton and corn and watermelon and we could go on and on, okra, like we could go into that. But most slaves, that's what they did. They was enslaved people and they was working hard till death. Most black men, the slaves who were men, didn't live to see the age of 19. um, and the women might go a little older. So this idea when we speak, and you're right, there's nuances, but it's not as pretty as you try to make it see. If anything, you would say that
What slaves was picking cotton and okra in the north?
okay. So this
what
guy that I gave you the
Hold on,
thing for it.
Wale. Hold on,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wale. Hold on.
Y'all
What
let me know,
slaves was
man. Let
picking
me know when I can
what
speak.
slaves was picking
look,
what slaves was picking cotton in the north?
you didn't hear me when I said corn, cotton,
What slaves
watermelon.
was picking cotton or corn in the north?
So you saying there was no farms up north? What part of north you mean?
You trying to debunk and
No,
belittle my
I'm listen, you asked
you
me a question,
you
but I
jumped
do
in,
know, are you talking
you
about
jumped
Virginia?
in.
Or you saying there's no
Actually what we was
they not
talking
picking
we was talking
anything?
about
We
we was
talk
talking about
Tabasco. Did I need
depiction.
to mention
We was
Tabasco to
talking
you?
about art and depictions. You jumped
Yes, and
in and you
I'm
wanted to
saying that you
belittle
made
what
it
I
seem
said.
like there would be
Now
a lot
once
of
again,
slaves who would be artists.
once again, and I am being honest. You trying to throw in some shit to belittle what I just said.
Listen,
Why not proving
listen, when we talk
anything?
about slavery, you didn't talk about black people or
Why going
artists.
into what
That's
I just warned
ridiculous.
about? Not every slave was picking cotton. Not every slave was a field hand. That's just simply not true.
Yes, yes, y'all. Listen,
No,
most
no,
of them, it
no,
was
y'all.
so
That is
small of
not
amount
true.
that you
Slavery in
wouldn't
this
mention no
hemisphere started in
artists.
the
Y'all,
1500s.
listen. Do not let
Slavery
this
in this
bullshit,
hemisphere
this
starts in the
new bullshit
1500s,
that
and
he's
every
talking
last
about.
person was not a
I
field
didn't say
hand.
every
That's
last
just
person.
simply not
I didn't
true.
say
So if
every
I
last
sit back,
person. They had women who was using their
and I
bodies,
sit
whatever them slave
if I
masters
sit
made you
back
do.
and I
But
say
that shit
something
that you
like there
talking
was
is
even slaves
ridiculous.
who were artisans,
Yeah,
even in the
yeah.
United,
When you say artisans, what you mean? Because you could be
Even
baking
in the
bread and be a
United
goddamn
States,
artisan, right?
United
I'm gonna
States,
be a
there were
baker,
slaves
Anything
who
big.
were
crafty is
artisans.
artisan,
There are
right?
different
Building the homes and shit is an
there are
artisan,
different
right?
tasks assigned
Y'all
to
hear me? He
slaves.
using words. What you think? I don't know what the words mean. It seems like you don't. You could be an artisan and still be out there. Instead of you picking shit, you'll be building something.
Oh my goodness.
I could be baking bread and be an artisan, cooking, right? So anyway,
You
but
will be
I'm
a
saying,
baker. You will be a baker.
y'all hear this shit? He said
The
you'll be a
hell?
big. So if I'm so just because I bake bread, that mean I'm a baker. I wouldn't be an artisan, baby.
You're a
If that
baker. You're a baker. That's the profession. Baker.
yeah, but the profession is not what it is. Remember, you're slaves. Remember,
Oh, they would be
that's
a
what I'm
slave
talking about.
baker. They
Remember,
would be a slave baker. Still,
y'all hear this shit, baby? You
this
wouldn't be
shit is
considered an
slow.
artisan, right? He the one used that word, right? During slavery.
Oh my God,
Remember? That's what I'm fighting against. So you kind
these
of
people
agreeing
with
with me,
brains
right?
don't. These people, no, we're not, because you
I
could be
don't know what you
considered
mean.
an
You
artisan.
saying
So you
something
use
different
an
than he
example.
said.
Hold on. Watch this. You used an example of Samuel Northrop, who was kidnapped. He was an
I used
artisan.
that.
He was a musician. He was a
He wasn't
musician, and
he wasn't enslaved. He was a freeman
he was
who
free
inmates
man
kidnapped him.
that was kidnapped. Yes, but
Yes.
he was an artisan.
He was an
The
artist
fuck?
when he was a freeman, and when he was a slave,
This
he
shit
was
is
a slave.
slow. These people
Dumbass.
are
And that's the
slow.
point I'm making.
These
Is not
people are slow. He was still an artisan even when he
oh
became a slave.
y'all hear
What is
this.
wrong with
So
you?
he was an artisan when he was a slave? When he was out there
Yes,
picking cotton and things, he
because
was an
they
artisan?
did they use him to play music?
Much later, right? How many years into his slavery when they
Did
found
they
out that
use him to play
I'm asking you a
music?
question. I'm asking you a
Did they
question.
use him to play music?
Did he was he
Don't
honest?
answer a
Was he
question. Don't
yes,
answer
and
a
wasn't he a
question
slave?
with a
Was
question.
first of all, wasn't he a slave?
Yes.
Even the
So,
slave who
so
played music, he's still a slave. So
this shit is
you're
she
not
not even listening.
disproving it. You
She's
are not
not
listening.
listening.
You aren't
This shit is
listening. You like
insane,
to be
Teddy. You are
wrong.
wrong.
You don't
You
even,
just
but
want to
you
be right.
kind of agree with me though instead of him. But you think you agreeing with him.
I'm
That's how wrong
agreeing with
your
I'm
ass
agreeing
is.
with I'm agreeing with both of y'all because he was a
Okay,
slave. That's why he became a
so he
slave after
wasn't.
he was
Y'all hear? So
kidnapped. He
he was
was
a slave
kidnapped and sold
between
into
5 and 6,
slavery.
but
But
then
he
he
was
was
a
an
artisan.
artisan.
He was an artisan in Philadelphia where he lived. He was an artisan where he
Well,
lived.
actually,
Then his
the reverse of enslaved person would be freedman, but not so now you like that don't make no sense. What you're talking
this
about?
shit now
You
she
are
talking about
ridiculous,
freedom.
baby.
This
You're
shit is slow.
ridiculous. Listen, they
He
fucked
was
up
he
y'all
lived up
brains and
north and he was
education in
free.
the United
This
States
shit
of
is
America. I
slow.
don't know what happened, but woo! And then apparently you're so dumb when you do
This
yourself,
shit is slow.
when you're educating yourself, you're not even understanding. When I was saying to him, I wasn't denying that there weren't any black person painting. We played instruments, dance, everything. That's how I'm saying that we were so great. I'm even saying that we would some of the original people here already. I'm saying that we so great. But I am saying that we got to stop acting like doing slavery, right? That they was considering us to be artists and we was artisans when we was enslaved people. And so I was just telling him if there was two black or people who they used to, I don't even see where if he was enslaved, but if he was able to get some paint brushes and shit like that, then it's great. But it wouldn't have been most people. And it would have been not even 15%. It would have been like 1%, probably less than that. And that's all I was saying. We are great motherfucking people. We could do it all. They steal everything we've known how to do. They learn from us and then claim they created it. I know that already. So I wasn't disagreeing with that part in what he was saying. I was just saying, hey, like, let's stop making it seem like slavery was this great thing where they had these great group of people.
What?
Even the free
Now
people.
here she go making shit up.
Who said anything about it being great?
This shit is insane,
Okay,
yo.
I
okay,
sat back and said
This
we have
shit
to
is
expand. If we're gonna
insane.
talk about
okay.
slavery, we have to expand our knowledge of what slavery encompassed.
But
It was
don't
not. It
go
was
ahead. I'm
not
sorry.
lim. It was not limited to being simply field hands. That you had many artisans who were slaves. You could have been a blacksmith. You could have been a basket maker.
Y'all,
You could have made furniture.
you
There's
would have
all.
been, yes, the
No,
enslaved
no,
people did
Mom,
this.
Cherry. I'm
My
simply
God.
saying that there was artisans who were slaves.
Yes, yes. Okay.
So what is
But
all
they
of
were
your
slaves.
so
They
what is
wasn't
all
artisans, they
this
were
extra
slaves.
that you have to say?
Um, okay. You might want to go and listen to yourself. If we talk about slave, just because you know how to do something, that doesn't mean you want to do it. You don't get to
It's
wake up when
stupid
you
at
want
this
to
point.
do your
You
art.
just want to
You
talk.
are,
You
and
just
you
want to
are
talk at this
slaves.
point.
Y'all don't.
You
It
just
seems.
want to
I'm not
talk.
sure if y'all know
You're
what a
not
slave
even
is.
listening. You're
No,
not
I
even
listen.
listening. You're
You are
not
not
even
listening.
listening.
Listen,
You
I was
just
talking
want to
to
be
Bella.
right. You just want to be
No,
right. And
you
and
the
he
only
just
one up here
explained
who
it to
don't
you. He
refuse to
just explained it to you
understood what he said.
simply.
And what they got, I'm
He
talking
just
to him.
explained it to you as
I
simply as
agree with
possible.
most
And
things
you
Bella
still
have
trying
said
to
up here.
disagree with
You,
him.
on the
This
other
shit is
hand,
slow.
you seem to be a
This shit
problem.
is slow.
No, you
You are
slow.
slow.
Your mama's slow. And your daddy, he had to be slow too. Two
Yeah,
slow
yeah,
motherfuckers
my
had to,
mama dead. Yeah, my mama dead. So, hey, get over here, Snow. Get over
well,
here, Snow.
there's a lot of people who mama's dead.
So yeah, that's why I called you a
I don't
bitch
even know
earlier,
why you
stupid.
told me she was dead. What you want
So
some
so
pity?
so that's why I called. Nope.
How
So
you
you
inform me
want to
that your
keep
mama
talking
dead
about you?
then?
You want to
Look,
keep talking about a
this is
dead
what
person?
women do. What
So
this
so
nigga doing?
so so
That's what
so
women do.
so this
How you
so
inform me
so
that your
so
mama dead? It don't
so
matter.
so
I
so
already said she was
All right, come
slow.
on, y'all. Come on.
so all I'm telling you is that
Cry, baby.
you are
And Bella,
purposely
I
not
agree.
listening.
First of all, I said that I agree with him. I'm giving when I heard what he said, I am saying that most people, even if you had a talent and they found out you had a talent, they had you doing it, but you was a slave. And you couldn't wake up and do it when you wanted to do it, like as if it was something you enjoyed doing it. If they told you you had to learn how to do this, you had to learn how to pick that cotton or build them homes. You ain't had no choice. So this idea of saying what he said, I understood what he said, and I'm still disagreeing the fact that he making it seem like they had a choice. Think of slavery different, y'all. Why do we need to think of slavery different than
What
them
the
people
fuck
beat the
are
shit
you
out of us,
talking about?
enslaved us,
She
made us
don't
do what
know.
they
She's
want? Those
conflating
people
artisan
died
with
during
artist in
slavery,
the
This
but
money
shit is
y'all want to talk
context.
about the
stupid.
two payments. Go ahead.
No one said anything about having a fucking choice. What the fuck are you talking about? This is what I've been saying. You're not listening. You making up shit in your head to have an argument.
This is ridiculous, yo.
Hot topic, guys. Hot topic.
Nowhere in anything that Gullah said,
He
nowhere
wants
in
y'all to look
anything
at
that Gullah
slavery
said
different.
did he say
His
anything
words
about a
were,
choice. Oh my
y'all
goodness.
look at
She
slavery
don't even
different.
understand what he
Everybody
meant
didn't
by
pick
that. You
cotton.
don't even understand
What
what he
does
meant
it
by
matter
that statement. You
if
don't
they were
even
made to
understand
do
what he
it?
meant by that statement.
Yes. No,
Wow.
I don't.
What he was saying was the whole context. You have to start looking at individual slaves and individual situations and talking
Why?
about those situations
For what?
differently.
Because it
Why?
Slavery
wasn't
in
all the
certain
same.
areas of
For what?
America wasn't,
Why?
slavery in
For
North
what?
America wasn't, listen, I'm trying to break it down. Slavery in New York wasn't the same as slavery in Alabama. Slavery in Alabama
It
wasn't the
wasn't?
same as slavery in Missouri.
It
No,
wasn't?
because they had different laws, different
Oh,
governments, different rules. They had different
okay.
laws, different governments, different rules.
What does it matter to the slave?
Even though it was enslavement,
What does it
it was
matter to the
slavery.
slave
They
about
had
the
different
rules?
laws, different rules, different ways of implementing it.
I want y'all to
So
listen
at
to what
that
this
point, you
man
have
is
to
saying.
understand the culture, the environment, and what was going on.
Okay,
That's
so the
what he meant.
environment was
Slowpoke.
they had to do what they were supposed to do. Why do we need to? This idea that the slavery in Delaware was different than the one in Virginia. They was enslaved people. You want us like the white
We
people want us to look at it.
recognize that simple part. That is the simple part of the conversation. They were enslaved. Now let's talk about the laws of Delaware, the laws of Virginia,
For
and how
what?
they were
For what? Why?
different rules,
What?
different regulations,
How does that affect them being
different
enslaved?
restrictions.
That helps the white man, right?
That's what we can
The
talk
white
about.
man in
Now
one
let's
state
get
may have. So I'm
now let's
asking
get
you,
into
what's
the
the point?
laws of Delaware. Let's pull up
What
the slavery laws of Delaware
what
and the
that got
slavery
to
laws
do
of
with the
Virginia and
slave?
see what they have in
The
common
laws is
and
for
what
the
they
white
don't have in
man,
common.
because
You
the
see
slave
how
is a piece of
you see how you
property.
just want to talk? You're not
Property
listening.
don't have rights.
You're not listening.
Remember?
You're not
Listen,
listening.
you the one
You're
aren't
not
listening.
listening.
Listen, you the one not listening. And if you don't
You're
listen,
not
it's okay.
listening.
It's okay. We know you uneducated. Now, I'm asking you a simple
Says
question,
the
and you refuse.
undereducated and the undereducated.
Okay, but you're okay. If I'm
And
undereducated,
miseducated.
you are okay,
You're
and yeah, that's all those words. You are all those things.
I know I'm more educated than
Because if you don't
70% of the people
understand
you
that a
know.
piece of
I'm more
property,
educated than 70% of the people
and
you
no,
know.
that the laws were
70,
for the white people, right? The laws were for them. We was pieces of property. Your car don't have a law. They don't abide to a
That
law.
shit is
The
the
only
simple
person
part
abide
of
to
the
the law is the
conversation.
person
If
who
that's all
works.
you
Hot
are
nigga,
going to
what's
harp
up?
on, if
If
that's
you
all
don't
you're going to harp
understand that,
on, if that's all you're going to
Hey,
harp on, the conversation can't move forward because
okay.
we all recognize that
Because
simple
you
shit.
all,
That's the
sorry, you
simple.
realize
That
that,
is
huh?
the
You when I put it in that car as an item, now you
yeah,
don't understand.
again.
we gonna keep
I'm
it
going to
going,
say this to you.
Miss
Yeah, let's keep
Melanie.
it going.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
gonna go all night.
I'm going to say this again for you.
Yeah, man.
That is the simple part of the conversation, Miss
he like a
Cherry.
woman. He got to have the last word.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to let you know that is the simple part of
There
the
he go.
conversation.
Look, now he gonna repeat
As
the
I
same
said,
thing.
I want you to understand that the
Listen,
property part is the
You gonna
simple
make her
part of the
understand?
conversation.
he gonna make
You
her
gonna force her to understand whether she wants to or
Because
not?
she's going to reiterate it.
but he ain't trying to understand. They ain't trying to understand. I'm wondering why black people want other black people to understand.
Hell no, boy.
Slavery was different. What's the prejudice in
Oh,
that?
I told you,
Woo.
See,
Jazz.
because they
I
don't have
told you she gonna
alligators up here
reiterate
to
her.
feed
I told you
babies.
she was gonna
They
reiterate her
don't.
talking point.
They don't have no alligators in Delaware. So
I'm blaming it on
they
the
fed the
air.
babies only in
Ooh,
Mississippi. Is that what your
all
point is?
righty then.
Too late, Miss Melanie. They are already hook, line, and sinker.
Hook, line,
Hey,
and
everybody in
sinker.
the chat, how y'all doing? I hope y'all been good Friday.
There you go. Bet you going
Yeah, we had
fishing.
Black Beauty was over a couple weeks ago, I think.
Hey, Blackie. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, she's not in there now.
oh, okay. I can't see the chat, y'all. So if y'all want to say
Yeah,
something,
it's kind of they updated StreamYard. They put some more features on it. I'm trying. That's why the screen was stuck earlier. That was me. I had to rechange everything.
oh, okay.
We're gonna restart before 7. So
Yeah, y'all about to hit 16, huh?
yeah, they've been going. So we got Q building the lab parts on the first part of the stream this morning. It was dark when we started the stream. So
Yeah, I saw him building something over there. What are you at the school?
yeah,
Oh,
that's North Carolina. That's the second school. Yeah,
yeah, you told me he was starting a good, another school.
yeah, that's
Congratulations.
where. Yeah,
Yeah, he been making moves since I kind of met him. I remember before the school, he had the ideas, and then
yeah.
he put forward. And while one fool been talking about a school that they put right here in Delaware, but they never opened because he didn't really buy that
Oh,
place.
y'all, she's gonna start a fight, y'all. They're gonna come out. They're gonna bust out the closet now.
I could go drive by
Yeah,
that school right now. Okay, I get in my car. In fact, I can do that. And
yeah. We've been waiting on somebody to do that. We know, Rosie. Rosie be coming over here. Rosie, yeah,
oh,
Wait a
okay.
minute, Bomb Cherry. You could
Uh,
drive by that building. You could not the
yeah.
school. You could
oh
drive
yeah,
by
you
that
right.
building.
Yeah, you right.
Like,
You right.
mhm,
Drive by. And he ain't open it. Uh,
because it's a
he
building. It's just a
it's
building.
just a building, yes. And the building looked better when he bought it than he left it. Okay, he left it empty, wouldn't let nobody help him to where people went in there and started stealing the copper and stuff out the walls. You know,
Oh,
first
okay.
of all, I don't know why he
Yeah, he
bought
wouldn't
that.
give no money for it.
Right.
They was
You
gonna get
know,
some money one way or the other. Shit.
it might be like Trump. It wasn't a vandal that did it. You know, they were
May have been
saying he
him.
did it. It might have been him.
That's right. Could have been him.
It said it was a
Oh
vandal, but
yeah,
don't they
yeah.
have
That
any
too.
proof
That too.
that it
That
was a
too. That too.
vandal?
What's up, Meadow?
I'm being a little messy, but I just wanted to say congratulations to Q Butter because
Oh
he had
yeah.
nowhere
Yeah,
nothing near the amount of money and support that man
yeah,
had, And so,
yeah. Free
He,
donation, private donation. Yeah.
I
he's
know that's
still
right.
throwing down. He's still throwing down.
I know that's
Yeah.
right.
There you
He
go.
told
That's
he
how
told me my grandson couldn't join because he was mixed. Isn't that right, Q Butter? Nah, I'm joking, y'all. I'm joking. He didn't say that. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Nah, that's all good.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Trying to get Rio. What's up, Rio? You got your mic? I'm trying to get up
Yo,
there
what
for a
up,
minute.
fam? What's up, man?
Okay.
What up?
Welcome to the conversation,
Oh,
Rio. Hope you're having a good day.
Yeah. Welcome down.
yeah, I just sitting back listening to y'all. Just off work, about to cook.
Yeah. Um, I just, when it comes to slavery, I came over and some people was, and the person who I'm talking about now, he's not even up here no more, so I'm not talking about whatever. But he was mentioning that, it was the young man. I forget what his name was, but he was young. And he was saying that slavery, like he said that people would go on to slave masters' property and steal slaves.
He was adamant about
That's
that
what made me
shit.
hit the link. Yeah.
I was like, and what they was doing, somebody had a market. It was a black. Look, I got some slaves in the back, 2 for 10. Well, I mean, what was going on?
He
mean,
said it.
that's how he was saying it.
Yeah, he said
Shit.
it. And then he didn't. Maybe he didn't know that them people would trap and follow slaves. You know what I mean? If you stole a slave, they coming after you. They come and look for that slave all the way up north, where I'm at now in Delaware. They would come, and they was even going in Pennsylvania. That's where they were stealing them from. Right.
Are you saying now they were stealing them?
Well, I'm talking about no. I'm talking about they were still a freed person.
Oh, you think every nigga was a slave? Okay, I get you.
Yeah, they were stealing black people. If they was able to catch you, they didn't care if you had some papers. So if you had papers, that's when they would steal your ass and put you and sell you, right? Because now they can sell you. But if you was somebody who was already enslaved, they was already chasing you down. They were getting money to return you. Yeah, slave catchers, which we now call, I guess, say police, right?
Right.
Fraternal order. Fraternal order.
Patty
Yeah.
rollers would have been the patty rollers or patrollers.
Patty.
Patty rollers.
Why they call it pad? Landing pad.
Because they rolled from plantation to plantation, looking for runaway slaves, disobedient slaves, and things like that to sell at the auctions. Look it up. Patty rollers, patroller.
Pad. We ain't get you here, Taz. Hold on, man.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's worth it though.
Oh, I'll drop down for a minute so bro Taz can come on.
Can I get that book?
You got to drop down somebody, huh?
No, I was asking when you get a chance.
Yeah, y'all can still do it in the back chat, even if y'all ain't on the panel.
Okay, the book.
It's getting kind of heavy. Yeah, it's a hot topic. Hot topic.
Now, I ran into an actual Native American, right? Full-blooded and everything on my panel. And his people have a lot of history, black history, during the slavery and all those things. And they're good records keepers too. We just have to get them to share it with you,
Okay, I just put the name of the book. You can take that and get a link off of Google.
Okay,
I put the name of the book and the author.
Okay, thank you.
So, yeah, I appreciate you looking at it. It's in Spanish, I warn you, but I've been translating it through Google Translator.
Oh, okay. So yeah, like I was just saying, they be different groups of people have records of that we may not have access to.
They definitely the French mostly and the Spanish secondarily have records that they say that English, who took over the Americas as the United States type attitude, they say they lied. They changed a lot of stuff and lied about a lot of stuff and made a lot of false statements about the Americas in order to set themselves up in the situation that they're in currently. And the French were the thing. This guy I was just looking at another author that I have. He's a member of the French something. It's called the Society of some kind. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. Oh, the Académie des Beaux-Arts, which is a French society of art and literature. And this guy that I showed the photograph, the painting, the portrait of the indigenous Paleo-American. This guy also went to that when he retired. He went to that academy and started working out of that academy, because a lot of people over there were saying that there's a different angle on America that the United States don't want out. Him and that woman, the woman I just gave you the book for. Oh, I got another book too. You might want it too. Hold on, I gotta get the name of it. Go get the name. And like I said, I downloaded this stuff, so maybe you could download it yourself. It's called the. Anyway, let me see if I just copy it and paste it.
Hey Taz, how you doing?
There it is. The second. Let's see. Yeah,
What
there
up,
it is.
though? What's good, man?
It's kind of long though. The second one is kind of long, It's
Uh-huh.
the first one is short, Africa versus America. The second one I put in there starts with
Uh-huh.
the words "the Aboriginal races of North America." I put it in the back chat.
Yeah,
The
I see it. Okay.
Aboriginal, yeah, and it says who is by, right?
Mm-hmm.
They, and then you can look it up and get a. I downloaded PDFs for free. So search till you find a free PDF. You don't have to pay for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I find
Thank
a
you.
link, I'll put that for you.
Nah, I find it. You don't have to do it, but thank you very much, though. I will be
Oh,
looking
you
them up. Yeah.
they are very interesting. And they said, I hear people talk about 5 or 6 tribes in America. Oh, you Choctaw, you Blackfoot, they got 5 or 6
It's
their
in
favorite tribes.
Spanish, Wale.
It's
That's
in Spanish, no doubt. That's why I say I translated in Google Translator. You didn't hear that part?
Oh, come on.
Anyway, like I had said about
Well, why
the
would you
book,
give it to the rest of us? We
the
ain't
other
doing
book.
all that to hear what some conquistador said. I thought you actually
No, he
stopped
gonna make
something.
you do the work, man. Yeah,
yeah.
he gonna hustle. That's his hustle.
Well, the second book I
You
put in
see, he only
there,
got the chapter 2. By the
Now we
time he
got
finished the book,
now we got the word cut
y'all
knees
gonna come back
there.
and finish the book for him, and that'll make his job easy. Don't you see the whole hustle?
Now
Just
we
go
got the
along with
word
it,
cut.
man. Just ride
so
with it.
Willie,
It's
so
practice.
Willie, so Willie, the second book I put in there, the one that says Aboriginal something something. That one is in English all the way through, but it's a much bigger book. You can look at that one too. They both kind of saying the same thing.
But y'all
So
be
if you
throwing
want,
them books out there like they saying what y'all saying. Like I get
no,
tired of
just look
pulling
at.
up these links that don't match the argument. Like when you talking to Vyasa, when you hit that link, yeah, it's exactly what he's talking about. He's showing you the flag of these
What
black
link?
people during
Yeah, they do
the
be doing that,
revolution.
Washington. Yeah.
I gave him. I just put up the
I get
doggone
tired,
portrait of the
Dad.
Paleo
Yeah,
American man.
yeah. What he talking about? Yeah, cause we was talking about Tasha K and what she was talking about the FBAs. That's how we got on this what we at now, basically.
Thank you
When I
to
put up links,
DJ.
I put up links
Yeah, she
and
caught a
book.
body. I seen that.
What,
Willie, I
You
put
know
up
what I'm
links
what
saying?
and
she said
books,
about
and
the
they both say
FBAs?
none of that stuff is real.
Hmm?
I put
That
up
y'all
two
goofy.
links and I
That's what
put
she
up 2
said.
books, and they
The
say none of it. They
FBAs.
didn't even read it. They said none of that stuff is real.
Well,
She
first of
So
said
no
all, the
matter,
she
FBA's has
said
always been
FBA.
goofy. The
She
it
said
FBA
appears
been
no
FBA.
saying
matter
it for
what,
the last 10 years. That's when I started hearing about FBA.
it appears no
Yeah.
matter what, they're going
No,
to
they was
have
coming for her African
this,
husband, and she crashed out on the
this
whole
thing.
club.
Yeah, well, I don't give a damn about them Africans neither. Okay, I side with the FBA's on that. And y'all know why this shit started. Them Africans been thinking they better than us since as far as I can remember. They separate themselves from us as much as they can. And
Nah,
y'all
that's
know
not my experience with them.
that's not your experience. Even here on
Nah.
YouTube, Wall Street. Come on now.
I'm in, well, not in anymore, but I grew up in one of the largest places you gonna find an African. And nah, that wasn't my experience. That they just want to
Not my
separate them.
experience.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean?
Y'all, you
I
from
got
New
a
Like I
England?
homeboy.
said,
I got a
I've
homeboy
never,
named
hey, El
Zimbabwe.
Sabio,
From
on my soul,
Zimbabwe.
Sabio, I've never been called an Akata. Now,
Me
I've had
either.
an African homie call me a bitch ass nigga.
Me.
They've called me that. You know what I mean? But that's my bro. You know what I mean?
I
Like
ain't never been
maybe
called
I
an
was being
Akata.
a beach ass nigga, but I've never had one
Yeah,
call me
but
an
on some
Akata in
real
my life.
shit though, just the other day I was doing a stream about that nigga that white bitch stabbed up, and on that nigga internet history, he shitting on black Americans and calling us Akatas and shit. And that was nigga 13 years ago
Now,
when he was
people,
doing
I
that
don't
shit.
doubt that because they
Mm.
That was
know,
13
right?
years.
They
I'm
know
saying, but that
that
was
that
13 years
comment,
ago. So, but my only
not
point, Willie, in saying that is it's been happening. We can't act like it wasn't happening.
yeah, but it's not really happening. Like you can't act like
What?
one person being a troll means this is happening,
It's happening in real life.
He wasn't
as
just a troll.
opposed
Right.
He
to
ain't fuck
people
with
that
us,
live
bro.
with these folks.
I don't think we're supposed to blame all Africans for his actions, but I think to ignore his actions creates that problem. I don't think everybody got to get blamed for what he was doing, but people make excuses for what he was doing. That's
Nah, ain't
the
no
issue.
excuse. I didn't know
He a
he did
coon.
this shit.
He African coon.
I
Ain't no excuse.
I didn't know he did this shit. I knew all I knew is that she stabbed
He
him
was
up.
doing the most. Yeah, he was doing
I
the
did.
absolute most.
Who we
I
Y'all
talking
didn't
ever
about?
know.
been? Y'all never been in the African side of YouTube to find where them Africans at? They sitting on black people.
Nah, everybody done had the same experience.
Right.
But
Right,
y'all, most of what y'all talking about is some internet shit. The younger
right.
generation.
That's internet shit.
It's
I
like
don't care
anything
what
else.
people
Like
do
when
on
you
the
go on the
internet
African
shit.
side,
You don't
if
care
you
what they're
shoot at
doing on the
them, they
internet
gonna
when they
turn up.
talking about
No,
us.
what
The
what
white
happened
people.
what happened
No, they
what
talking
happened in
about us now
reality.
because the narrative had always been out there. Like
Mm-hmm.
the Africans are not the source of the. We gonna talk about these group of people before they talk about us. So
All images,
they never started that. That's all I'm
all,
saying. So
all
it's like that now in 2026, this late in the game. But I'm just saying
Like
in terms of the origin. If you went
now,
back 13 years, I can go back further
that,
than that. I
that's
can
what I'm
go back
saying.
further than that
But this is
and just
excuses for
and
them
just and
fucking
just stay on the side. I ain't even got to go up north.
fucking making
Right.
excuses for him, bro. I'm telling you something that I
African.
experienced myself. Now forget Christian.
No, I'm
Now
not
I can show
discounting what
you
happened to you.
myself.
Yeah,
But
I already
but
said,
this
duh.
still don't.
I ain't just. I'm not
But
discounting what
listen,
happened to y'all. Yeah,
listen what I'm
it's
saying
late
though.
now.
It don't harm nobody when they do the shit, but they've done it. You know what I'm saying? Like I watched them do that shit and said,
I'm
they don't like niggas. They didn't
no,
fuck with
Haven't
us,
done
bro.
it. I'm just saying I haven't experienced it. That's all.
no. Oh yeah.
But maybe you did, and you just like. Cause see, here's the thing,
Oh
bro.
look.
Y'all got love for these motherfuckers, so you're willing to
Uh-uh.
overlook some shit that I wouldn't. You're not finna try to play with me at all. And for real, that's what in Cincinnati, they
Oh
used to
shit.
be in the same corner with us, and
But
they
see,
was the
that
ones
comes.
calling police on niggas and shit, bro. They did
But
not
see, that
like
comes
us,
from
and
experience,
they
though.
openly said
Cause
that. They openly told us they don't like us. So when somebody says it and you quick to discount it, I don't know. I think that's making excuses for them, bro. Because some of this shit did happen to niggas. Like niggas had to look at them like, damn, why ain't we all black? No, we're not. Like, wait, damn, huh? Our understanding came from them that they don't fuck with us, not no goddamn internet.
Right.
they Ray Charles when it comes to that. They ain't hear no evil, see no evil when it's Africa.
You
As
didn't
soon as a
experience
black
that, so I
American
don't know how
say
to
something,
respond to that.
it's demonized.
so
It's
this one
demonized.
of the problems, right?
Wait,
Like
Tony,
I
all
don't
we
know how
talking
to
about
African
the
ain't the
respond
white
to
same
that,
people.
Taz. I
African.
never experienced that.
But wait,
For real.
because I have to a certain degree. I've had
Hear
conversations
no
where I knew what it
evil,
was. But
see
this
no
number
evil,
one,
see no evil.
every
That's what you try to
African
do for
ain't the
them
same
African
African,
immigrants.
right?
Unless it was on
Number
YouTube.
one. Like when I'm
All these
talking about
immigrants do that.
my favorite Africans, right? Shout out to Little Senegal in Harlem. You get what I'm saying? This is where songs like Mo Bamba come from, right? Rappers like Sheck West, like they were just Harlem.
We
So
don't
they
know
were
them
doing what we
motherfuckers.
were doing. There really was no separation.
Y'all New Yorkers are
Yeah,
new.
but I think that's the problem. What Taz is saying is the problem. I've been saying this for the longest, man. That black